Wednesday night baseball from Block Tickets Park in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Diamond Club out of Arvada and the Denver metro area visiting the El Paso County Baseball Miracles. Thad Anderson on the Front Range Baseball Network from fantastic Block Tickets Park. Absolutely perfect venue for Front Range League baseball, thanks to the good folks of Colorado Springs, the El Paso County Baseball Miracles, for bringing this park to the party in the first year of the Front Range League. Diamond Club will bat in the top of the first with Tanner Gertz, Taylor McMaster, and Kai Douglas, the three first up in top of one. The battery for El Paso County Baseball Miracles is Devin Alvarado on the mound. Alvarado, the lefty, taking his final warm-up tosses from the bump here at Block Tickets Park. His battery mate, catcher Luis De La Cueva. De La Cueva, I've seen him a handful of times. Enjoy Luis' energy behind the dish. And Devin Alvarado on the start tonight in a Wednesday night that opens up a good stretch of home games for the El Paso County Baseball Miracles here in Colorado Springs. You can maybe kind of make out the Vibes logo painted behind home plate in the grass between the plate and the backstop area, the netting. Vibes home park here. They're not here now. I believe they're out on the road. I haven't checked their schedule. We can do that later. And the Miracles take over. Alvarado turns towards center field, kneels, little prayer for the lefty, and up he rises. That's a good-looking pitching mound. Field crew here was working hard today, had some rain come through. They had the tarp on today. Thank you, the full field tarp to make this thing happen. First pitch to Gertz. Strike one. Thanks to our two umpire crew tonight. John McFarland behind the plate. Steve Naftanel is on the bases. Gertz is going to lift that behind second. That'll get down. Tanner Gertz drops one in to right field. Leadoff base hit for the Diamond Club Collegians. And they have something available after one AB. Second batter up is Taylor McMaster. Taylor McMaster. Little different park here than Diamond Club plays on in Arvada. That's foul popped away into the right side grandstands above the first base dugout. Miracles in the first base dugout tonight. You can see them down just above the score bug on the right side of your screen. And the flip side, third base dugout for Diamond Club. First time I've seen, I think it's the first time I've seen DC in their road navies. Done a handful of their games. Gertz is going to move up on the wild pitch bouncing off of De La Cueva, and Gertz has second base. Done a good handful of the Diamond Club games in Arvada with the Front Range League in this inaugural season. They wear the Reds or Scarlets at home. They've got the Navies on tonight. Another bouncing pitch. Alvarado has put two in the dirt. De La Cueva getting chunks of those, but not enough to stop Gertz from matriculating to third base. 180 feet of bags chewed up on two pitches. Miracles coach John Byington steps out of the first base dugout up on the top step, throws up a hand signal to his defense. Here comes the pitch from Alvarado. That's a shot right back to the middle. Devin tried to lean back, throw a glove up there. That was too hot, and Taylor McMaster has an RBI single. Two base hits open the game for Diamond Club, and those two base hits put them on the board with a couple wild pitches aiding the cause. Appreciate the effort here by the Miracles Club hosting at Block Tickets Park. Got the scoreboard running, and I think we're going to go ahead and trust the balls and strikes. Ooh, another ball through. That one's going to go past ball. Last couple had down as a wild pitch. That one looked like might have been a cross-up, but De La Cueva, that one was up around his glove area. Did not skip from what I could tell, and it got through the catcher. 1-0 count to the number 3 batter, Kai Douglas. First baseman is Douglas. Cale Corridon hits cleanup at the third base position tonight. Corridon will bat next. Taylor McMaster at short tonight. Corridon has played a lot of shortstop. He'll bump over to third base. Cale, he'll bat next. Inside, hacking at that, Douglas. And I cheated Diamond Club out of a run. Man, let's go. Get him on the board. Alvarado's pitch. That is hit hard to left. Deep ball. That's going to get over the head and left field. And one hop the wall. Shot from Kai Douglas will bring around Taylor McMaster. Douglas going to third on it, and he's out as the call. So Douglas will get a double on the blast to left field, an RBI driving in McMaster, and then the 7-6-5 left field to shortstop to third baseman relay toss in. Got Kai Douglas. Cale Corridon bats with nobody on. 2 runs in for Diamond Club. That ball was smoked. Wood bat baseball. Kai Douglas hammered that. Corridon goes first pitch foul, third base side. Kai Douglas playing first base, listed as a first base defender and outfielder. Skagit Valley College, his collegiate home. Corridon as off-speed from Alvarado takes him to an 0-2 count. Started to say a moment ago, different park here than Diamond Club plays on in Arvada at Nate Journey Field. Corridon foul down the first base side. Lights are on, by the way. I heard the umpires walking out for the plate meeting with the field crew finishing up. Said, hey, can we pump these lights on now? Game started at 6:41 or 6:42 Mountain Time now. Game started just about on time on the 6:35 plan, maybe a couple minutes after that, and the lights are on from the get-go. Sunset not till about 8:30, a couple hours away, but clouds floating around, rain earlier. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Corridon. He'll scoop that into left field. Down the line, going to be 2 bags for Cale Corridon. The hits keep coming for Diamond Club. Corridon has a 1-out double. More happening here for DC. Blake Young bats next. Get that out on the board with Corridon on second base. 1 away. The only out on the base paths. We've got 4 batters to the plate and 4 base hits. Single, single, double, double. Devin Alvarado working a challenging top of the first, and there's another ball through the left side. First pitch swinging, Blake Young. That'll send Corridon 1 bag forward. Runners on the corners. Diamond Club 5 for 5 on the night. I don't think you can do better than that. Mac Dawsey, next guy up. 5 for 5 with 2 runs in. It's Dawsey, Brock Mulvaney on deck in the 7 spot. Von Raffleson bats 8th and Christian Baker 9th. Runner takes off. There's a pick throw over, and it's not handled. Throw hits first base coach Tyler Novotny. That probably saved a bag potentially there on the throw. It might have sent Blake Young over to third, but played dodgeball with the first base coach. It does score a run. The error on the pick move. Corridon comes home. Third run in. Strike called. Swinging strike, 0-2. Mac Dawsey trying to keep the perfect start for the offense going here with a 5 for 5 opening. Dawsey, the number 6 guy in the order. Just off the edge. 9-inning ball game scheduled tonight. Diamond Club wasting no time getting it going with 3 runs up. Made the drive here today from the Arvada and Metro Denver area. Breaking pitch just bent around the outside of the zone. Dawsey today back at catcher. He's played a little bit of outfield, a little bit of DH. Catcher has the discerning eye on that breaking ball that wrapped the plate. Oh, my gosh, they have a giant Coca-Cola sign here. I'm done. Pitch up, and Dawsey's worked it back to full. Down 0-2, outer edge stuff. Runner jumping around at second base, won't go anywhere, and a walk to Dawsey. So Blake Young trying to time up the pitcher out at second, didn't take off. Dawsey arrives at first after a 6-pitch walk. The first 2 were strikes. And I thought head coach John Byington might be getting ready to head to the mound, but he was stepping out for some defensive instruction. Runner takes off from second. Mulvaney swings and misses, and good pitch to run on. That ball broke down to the dirt. Runner on the trail did not move up. Dawsey's still at first. Again, just the timing read decision, kind of a green light opportunity for Blake Young. Speedy center fielder batting in the number 5 spot is Young. He steals third. Dawsey likely to be vacuumed forward himself here soon. And there's another pick move. He's got another Diamond Club runner hung up. Going to come to the plate, and Miracles leaving some outs out there. 2 good pickoff moves from Alvarado. He threw one away. That one got the ball out to the middle, gave up on the middle runner, tried to go forward with it, throw was offline. Young scores. Dawsey into second. So in the end, Dawsey ends up with a stolen base on that. And it's a throwing error in the middle. Mulvaney lights one up to right field. Deep park here. Caught at right field. Throw with a tag to third from Dawsey. He'll move up a bag. And Mulvaney flies out. Good barrel on it from Brock. Just lifted that up. Right fielder Maddox Stahl on the catch. Alvarado down for a ball. Defensively, mentioned the battery. Louis De La Cueva behind the dish. Devin Alvarado on the mound. His pitch on a 1-0 to Von Raffleson is wide of the zone. Corner infielders for the Miracles. At first base, David Ada, and third base, Jansen Roberts. Middle infield, shortstop Jackson Schlepper, and second baseman Jeremiah Lucero. Swing, strike, and got a 2-1 count on the board. Narrow miss for a 3-1 count. Hunter Morgan in center field for the Miracles. Left fielder Nicholas Brainerd, right fielder Maddox Stahl just caught a ball out there, fouled back up onto the concourse area. And the DH batting for the pitcher Devin Alvarado is Austin Reese in the number 3 spot. Reese, DH tonight. Swing, and there is a relieving strike for the Miracles. Alvarado pushes his hat up on his head and looks like he just came out of the long day in the fields. Had to bust a sweat there in the top of one. Coach John Byington out, giving everybody some Nux handshakes, welcoming them back to the dugout as they just saw a 4-spot go on the board against them in the top of one. Miracles will bat for the first time, down by a 4-pack, and the Miracles bring Hunter Morgan, Jackson Schlepper, and Austin Reese, the first 3 in the bottom of the first. Bottom of one now for the Miracles' first shot at the plate for El Paso County Baseball. As they trail by 4 runs, bottom of one. Starting pitcher for Diamond Club, Colin Nybauer, hits a strike there for an 0-2 count on the leadoff batter, Hunter Morgan. Colin Nybauer, lefty, delivering to Mac Dossie behind the dish for Diamond Club. Bent one down. Dossie asked for the help. Nope, no go down the first baseline. Steve Naftanel gave it the did not go indication. Another pitch coming fouled off to the leadoff batter. Hunter Morgan, center fielder, leads it off for the white-clad Miracles. I've seen them on the road. Not gotten to see them here. Great opportunity for a few days. I'll be here at Block Tickets Park. Sweet press box. And a swing and a miss. Sweet pitch from Colin Nybauer. It's a good hitter at the plate, Hunter Morgan, and he went chopping broccoli on that one away. Jackson Schlepper comes to the plate. Well, the Western Nebraska Pioneers have the Boulder 64s in the woodshed right now, 13-1 in Boulder. They got rained out last night. I was going to call that game with Alex Becker. Alex on the doubleheader call tonight. They got just a big shot of rain, wound up sunny about 10 minutes later before game time, but too much water taken on at Scott Carpenter Park last night. So it pushed the Pioneers and 64s last night game to tonight to join another game scheduled for the two teams. They're going doubleheader tonight. And the Pios out of Western Nebraska are hammering the Boulder 64s, who sit in first place in the Front Range League. Pioneers right up there in the top pack, in the top 3, with Pueblo Spradley Collegians up in the top half right now. Fort Collins Fox is in the 2 spot. And Pioneers making a statement tonight, thumping in game 1. There'll be another game tonight, so 64s will have a chance to get right. Congrats to the Miracles. They split a doubleheader a couple nights ago with Pueblo Spradley Collegians at Runyon. Got a nice win there, swinging a foul tapper at the plate. 2-2 count to Jackson Schlepper, shortstop. Jackson batting number 2 tonight. Pitch from Colin Nybauer is wide. 3-1 count. Miracles looking for their first base runner of the evening. That is down. Skips in behind the plate. Strikeout followed by a walk. Schlepper is aboard.
That ball brought to you by Rocky Mountain Oysters.
Huh. Speaking of which, when the team was being renamed here in Colorado Springs, a variety of names were considered after Colorado Springs Sky Sox played here at this park for a long time. Minor league affiliate of, among others, the Rockies. And I just played you that ball brought to you by. So Rocky Mountain Vibes is the name of the team now, but one of the names in contention at the time of the renaming was Rocky Mountain Oysters. Little known fact. Yeah, widely known fact. That random thought brought to you by Cliff Clavin. If you don't know Cliff Clavin, look it up. 2-0 pitch. Nybauer, he's been inside a little bit here. A couple of the balls to Austin Reese on the inner part. 3-0. Not missing by a lot. That's actually a pretty nice pitch. If you can hit that zone or that area, that quadrant or 8th of the zone over there, make it a 9th. Let's call it a 9th. Break it into 3 directions each way. Pretty good spot, just missing in. If you can get on the hands of a power righty, that's very good stuff. Just didn't get quite enough of the zone. 3-0 pitch. Does find the zone for 3-1. Runner, little hesitation step, and then dives back on a pick toss. Jackson Schlepper back safely at first base. 3-1 delivery, hit back to center. In and sliding forward catch. A nice diving effort in center field for Diamond Club. Good D from Blake Young. Closed nicely on that ball, sinking in center field. Line out for Austin Reese. 2 down, and number 4 batter, Jansen Roberts. Fresh off of his high school championship game appearance in the state tournament for Cheyenne Mountain. Strike 1 to Roberts. On deck, Maddox Stahl, the right fielder, hoping to bat in the bottom of the first, down by 4. Bending pitch stayed up. Stahl is next. He's the 5 batter. Then David Ada bats 6. Louis De La Cueva, the catcher, is number 7. Jeremiah Lucero, the second baseman, he bats 8. And Nicholas Brainerd, left fielder, bats 9. This ball popped behind short. That looks like it's going to find grass. It will. On the move is Jackson Schlepper. He'll easily go first to third on a 2-out pop that landed out by the little grass repair area in left center. If you can see that little green offset color out yonder. That's where that ball wound up. And an easy couple bags taken by Schlepper with Roberts on the pop single. First and third, 2 away. Maddox Stahl. Chance to get the Miracles on the board. Strike 1. Good pitch from the lefty. Brought that in on the inner part to Stahl. Steps back in. Lefty there went to the plate. The runner at first base, Roberts, headed back toward the bag. Got the lefties working on both sides today. Devin Alvarado had 2 successful pick tosses in the first inning, but neither one converted for an out on first and thirds. And in fact, each one trickled in a run when it could have been an out. That'll creep up on you like, complete your own metaphor there. One ball, 2 strikes. That change bats out. I don't know if he maybe, I think he might have gotten a chip out of that or a little crack in it. So his corner man, David Ada, walks it back to the dugout, and a new weapon for Maddox Stahl. Change the lumber on a 1-2 count. Ada waits on deck. Stahl takes a pitch down, and it's 2-2. See if the runner takes off here. Obviously on a 3-2, 2 outs. Jansen Roberts would go, but right now it's 2-2, 2 outs. See if they opt to take off now. Fakes the break, and there's a strikeout pitch. Swing through and a miss. Colin Neibauer, no runs allowed. Gave up a walk and a single. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Stahl swings out, and the first inning closes with the visiting team, Diamond Club, staked to a 4-0 lead in Colorado Springs. It'll be the 9-1-2 for Diamond Club. Christian Baker, the 9 batter, starts it off, and then back to the top with Tanner Gertz and Taylor McMaster.
That strike brought to you by Local Union 247365. We like strikes. River Morgan presents famous baseball quotes.
Hey, Dad,
Now
League
ask
is
not
not
what
what
I
I
do
do
when
when there's no
thinking.
baseball.
Keep just
The parrot
have
tell
fun
you what
off
I do.
the
streets. I stare out the
Yo,
window.
there's
and
no
wait for spring.
crying in baseball. All yard baseball.
Back when I feel like, when I feel like, when I feel like, back when I feel like, I'm gonna get back when I feel like.
I have got a fighting chance to catch a foul ball tonight, the way this press box is positioned. Right behind home plate, the netting, very protective. If it's a line shot, it won't kill me, but it might arc in here. Let's give it a go. Swing and a strike one from Devin Alvarado. Christian Baker batting, top of the second frame. Again, a 9-inning scheduled ball game with the lights already on when we started this one, so it'll be a full night game. And it's a good thing they have them on, too. It's at this time of day, at this time of summer in Colorado, should be bright sun, but it's pretty overcast. Wow, that was quick work. Carving, 3 strikes, and down goes Christian Baker, 1 away. Back-to-back strikeouts in the books for Raffleson. Or not for Raffleson. Raffleson was the strikeout for Alvarado. Ended the top of the first with a K of Raffleson. Opens the top of 2. Baker swings out. Tanner Gertz back to the top. One-zero count. 1-1 count. Good pitch to Gertz. Gertz gets a good swing and a pitch with some bend on it. That'll go center field about 5 or 6 steps to the left field direction for the second out. Steps Hunter Morgan, 2 down. Taylor McMaster now in. Strike 1. I like the pace. Alvarado working quickly, trying to get through a much faster inning. Won't get it done right here. Another good swing from Taylor McMaster. Hammers a single into left field. Talked to Taylor a couple times in Arvada at the Diamond Club home field. At a Erie High School, Southeast Community College in Beatrice, Nebraska is where he's bound for college. And he's played good middle infield this summer and has been pretty exceptional at the plate. Kai Douglas fouls away on the first pitch. Oh, wow. Clouds now trying to make themselves known. Look at that scary-looking thing hanging over center field. Doesn't appear there's a whole lot in it. I don't think we're going to get, should I say that out loud? Pick move to 1, and McMaster took a cartoon foot spin step to get back, had to sail back into the bag, accelerated partway into his dive back. Clouds don't look ominous or overwhelming at this point. Another send over to first base. Back is McMaster. I was saying I like the pace of Alvarado. He had to face 8 batters in the first inning, and the first 5 guys went 5 for 5. The hot sticks were cooled off by a walk to Mac Dossie. There's an out on the bases in there. This ball fouled away with the runner taking off from first. McMaster, he'll go back on a foul. So maybe it was the Dossie walk that actually kind of put some extinguisher on the flames created in the first 5 batters. Fly out from Mulvaney was pretty well hit to right field, and then a Raffleson strikeout. But Alvarado, first 6 guys who came up were on. He picks off another guy. Can the Miracles execute it? They've got McMaster hung up. Alvarado, the pitcher, runs him, and there is the out. Wow, that's 3 times that Devin Alvarado has got a Diamond Club Collegian leaning, and this one they pay off for the 3rd out. So just 3 total plate appearances faced. Kai Douglas will restart an at-bat. He'll be back at the plate in the 3rd, but that'll cap the top of 2, and nothing scored for Diamond Club. Miracles going to go to their 6, 7, and 8. Ada de la Cueva Lucero coming up.
Cliche Country, Sugar Lake's unicorn of radio. Wide open and in the saddle. Tough, gritty. We are servant leaders with exceptional bandwidth who give 110%. So open a can of worms and beat a dead horse. Get outside the box. 108.1 FM. Put a pin in it for a win-win situation. Sugar Lake's Cliche Country, 108.1 FM. It is what it is. You got this. Have a nice rest of your day.
We're gonna go, we'll take our time. We'll hit the road, see what we find. Anticipate and wait. I wanna leave, I wanna go. What could be out there? What will I see? Will I find a secret to me? Then it begins, it's time to go. The journey's now, let's hit the road. The road unwinds.
First pitch from Neibauer is a strike, with David Ada getting his first plate appearance of this Diamond Club Miracles matchup. Neibauer sends it down in the zone. Chip foul back to the right side behind the dish. On deck, Louis De La Cueva, the catcher. We've seen courtesy runners in the Front Range League this season. There's a swing and a miss, and the first out recorded. Dossie blocks that third strike and sticks a bare hand tag. Ball in bare hand on the back of Ada as he left the box. One down on the K. Catcher De La Cueva. Jeremiah Lucero bats next. He'll come up in this inning for sure. And then the 9-batter Nicholas Brainerd, left fielder, if somebody can get aboard. Louis, good job starting the hands on that pitch and holding up. Good active take on a breaking ball. You can't see it from your vantage, but Louis's got fantastic stirrup game. Old schoolish. And I've talked about that before, about the conversation with Louis De La Cueva about some classic catchers that he appreciates. And when I brought out the Craig Biggio reference from the Houston Astros, he was on it. And that goes way back. Biggio's been in the Hall of Fame for a while, and he had a 20-year career, so started his or finished his career before Louis was even a dude. I guess started, it would be the proper math there. I'm sure Louis was around by the time he finished it. Swing and a miss for De La Cueva. Full count racked up by Colin Neibauer. Neibauer with 3 strikeouts, had 2 in the first, opened this frame with 1. Can he get another on a 3-2? Here he comes to De La Cueva. Miss down and in. Louis free pass. Same thing in the first inning. Struck out the first batter, Hunter Morgan. Walked the second guy, Jackson Schlepper. And he repeats that pattern in the second inning. David Ada struck out. Louis De La Cueva walked. Courtesy runner coming on. Mason Aaron, number 34 for the Miracles, will run for De La Cueva. Got to get a check-in on that Boulder game. Ball delivered. Dossie had to leap for that pitch. That'll be a wild pitch. Did a good job just to keep it from going to the screen, but it popped out off his glove. And Mason Aaron moves to second base on a wild one. Up with that pitch, having some zone trouble now. 3-0 count after the full count walk to De La Cueva. Found the zone with that one. 3-1 right down Main Street. Jeremiah Lucero taking with Nicholas Brainerd on deck. Back to the top of the order after Brainerd to Hunter Morgan. Good pitch from Neibauer, challenging on 3-1. Got it past the swing of Lucero. Ball sent to right center. That ball is going to drop down. Runner had to wait to make sure it got to the ground, so no chance to score there. Lucero puts a ball in play on a full count pitch and puts runners on the corners for the Miracles. Over goes De La Cueva to third base, or De La Cueva's runner more accurately, Mason Aaron. Sounds like somebody might be inflating a bouncy castle underneath us. I hope so. Add to the fun. Swing and 2 strikes now against Nicholas Brainerd. I asked Nicholas if he preferred Nicholas or Nick down in the dugout pregame, and he said Nicholas. He said, "Did you get my last name right too?" And I said, "Yeah." And then I said, "Talk to you later, Mr. Bernward." It's Brainerd. That's what I've been saying all season. Nicholas goes by Nicholas, preferred. Fouls one down the line, stays alive in the count at 0-2. Here comes an 0-2 pitch, 1 out. Miracles trying to get on the board, cut into the 4-run deficit. 2 hits now. Runner takes off, pitch is in, throw by Dossie. Back to the pitcher, and it's mishandled. So like the Miracles defense, Diamond Club unable to defend a first and third. They ran the pitcher cut play. Dossie fired it. It hit the glove of Neibauer, bounced away behind him on the mound far enough. That run 1 from Mason Aaron comes to the plate. Safe at second is Lucero on a stolen base. Call it an error. Pitcher that scored, Mason Aaron, the courtesy runner. Three-two count. Missed there. Another walk pitch and traffic trouble now. 4-1 score. 1 out. Strikeout led off the inning. And now it's walk, single walk. Top of the order, Hunter Morgan struck out his first time up. Colin Neibauer labors in the bottom of 2. 5th batter he is seeing in this frame with 1 down, 2 aboard, 1 in. Another pitch up. Through 2 innings for Devin Alvarado, 6 hits, 4 runs allowed, 2 strikeouts and a walk, 37 pitches through 2 frames for Alvarado. Mac Dossie asked for time, and he'll head out with his pitcher firing far too many balls versus strikes. Alvarado on 37 pitches through 2. And now Colin Neibauer, 44 pitches. That's 7 more than Alvarado, and he's still got 2 outs to find here in the bottom of the second. 2 hits, the run, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. Split evenly right now, 22 balls, 22 strikes for Neibauer, and he offset to the ball side there, 3-0 count now. I'd like to see Colin find it here. He's up on that pitch. Plate umpire turned and started a gesture that thought was going to keep that count in motion, but then dry fired it. Mac Dossie bottom fed that pitch and didn't get the result he wanted. Hunter Morgan base on balls. And now the mound visit. Tyler Novotny, assistant coach for Diamond Club, comes out. Taylor Gertz, assistant coach, is here tonight. Taylor has a handful of coaching duties he's involved in, so tonight able to be on the road trip with Diamond Club. Brad Mulvaney, the head coach. Thanks to Coach Mulvaney, Coach Novotny out at the mound right now, and Coach Gertz for their work with Diamond Club. Mentioned John Byington, the head coach for the El Paso County Baseball Miracles. John Byington leading the charge. Marcus Gilmore, the ever-pleasant assistant coach, working with John Byington and the Miracles. Here's Jackson Schlepper. Chance right here to put this game right back into a seesaw match. He goes down the right field line. That's past first base. One run is in. Two runs are in. And first and third, base hit down the first base line. Jackson Schlepper wasted no time getting into a 2 RBI single. With the pitcher laboring, trying to find the zone, he guessed right that a strike was coming. Hunter Morgan goes around to third. Jeremiah Lucero and Nicholas Brainerd to the plate. The 4-run top of the first is now almost matched in the bottom of the second by the Miracles. And here's a fly ball to right that should tie it up. That ball still drifting back, and that ball's down. Tanner Gertz was struggling with it the whole way, and it's going to tie the game, put runners on second and third. Score that a double for Austin Reese. RBI for Reese. Waiting to tag up at third was Hunter Morgan, and that ball bounces down in front of the track. Schlepper also had to go part way and then took off for third on his way around. Tough ball, deep and tailing toward the foul pole. What aside from the fact that it's kind of on the small screen side, we're going foul pole to foul pole on your screen tonight. You can see down the lines, and they're tall yellow foul poles on each side. It's 350 down the lines, and that punctuates my point earlier about Diamond Club playing on a much different park tonight. Their infield is in right now, pinching the infield in, trying to cut off the run. Strike called against cleanup guy Jansen Roberts, trying to clean up two more out there with the score tied 4-4. Good game into the second now. It's got a little drama. Neibauer breaks a pitch inside. Dossie finds a way to keep that contained. That was an 0-2 pitch. Went with the breaking ball in. Now a 1-2 count. Neibauer goes to the outer edge and just missed that. Good movement of location from inside to out. Umbrellas sprouting in the stands. Okay, so I was wrong. There's a little something. You can see more clouds assembling over the camera shot. Time taken at the plate by Jansen Roberts. Chopper foul, first base side. With Brock Mulvaney DHing tonight, first baseman is Kai Douglas. Christian Baker at second, third base Cale Cord, and the shortstop Taylor McMaster. Gertz in right, Blake Young in center, Von Rappelson in left, and Dossie catching starter Neibauer. Still trying to get through the second. Narrow miss, but a miss indeed. Full count. With one out, 3-2. Two aboard in scoring position. Infield in, fouled away left side. Kind of a reach out poke shot by Jansen Roberts to stay alive in the count. Yeah, holy smackdown. 13-1 the final score in Boulder. Western Nebraska Pioneers pummel the Boulder 64s, the top team in the league. That ball through the drawn in infield. And 2 runs are going to score. It's a 6-run frame for the Miracles on a bouncing base hit, full count production from Jansen Roberts, 2 RBI. Half a dozen in the inning for the Miracles. Aided by the walk, of course. 3 of those in the frame, but also 3 consecutive hits now and 4 total in the inning. Schlepper a single, Reese a double, and that Roberts single makes it 3 in a row base hits. Pitch is up above the strike zone to Maddox Stahl. He's got a 1-0 count. Strike gets the outer edge on a breaking pitch. Pueblo Spradley Collegians in Greeley got a 12-6 win over the Grays in a doubleheader tonight. Off goes the runner from first. Dossie's throw, not in time. Slapped a tag on the left calf of a sliding Jansen Roberts. He's in with a stolen base. Spradley Collegians running with that top half of the pack in the Front Range League standings. They win 12-6 over Greeley Grays, playing again right now, and looks like they're up 9-0, Pueblo Spradley Collegians, trying to sweep 2 today from the Grays. And with the Pioneers blowing out the Boulder 64s, that's an interesting tweak in the standings table for the Front Range League. Swing, and there's a strikeout pitch. Down goes Maddox Stahl. That's the second out of the inning, and this will be the bat around, or now around the corner guy. David Ada led off this inning with a strikeout. And finally, 8 batters after him, another strikeout, gets 2 on the board. Ada bats for the second time in the inning. Take strike 1. NOCO Prospectors and Fort Collins Foxes rained out in Fort Collins tonight. Sheets of rain, a little bit of hail pummeled City Park and knocked out the Prospectors Foxes game. Swing, strike, 0-2. We're going to get, looks like 5 games in the books tonight. It was going to be 6, but Prospectors Foxes, runner going from second and a strikeout pitch. Well, 3 strikeouts in the inning for Colin Neibauer, 3 walks and a pack of hits, 4 base hits for the Miracles. They score a 6 spot in the bottom of 2 and take the lead 6-4 to the top of 3 with the 3-4-5 Douglas Corridon and Young due up. Top of three, Devin Alvarado back out there working a third inning in his start tonight, now leading 6-4 after 2 frames. Foul ball bounces off of the pavilion area. Man, this park has good bones. Cool hospitality area, the Coca-Cola courtyard. Keywords Coca-Cola, courtyard, whatever. It's a sweet-looking fan area over there. A VIP covered area, room swing, and a miss on that. 1-2 count. That's down the right field line where that foul ball went. And some patio seating down that way. Got Miracles. Jacob Watley out of Canyon City, Colorado. He's over there on the courtyard patio area trying to find that foul ball. Popped up over third base. Easy catch at third and 1 down. Miracles Jansen Roberts gloves it. Kai Douglas pops out. Cale Corridon is in. Corridon batting cleanup and swings a healthy stick. Reminds me of the home run derby coming up in Gearing, Nebraska, part of the All-Star Spectacular for the Front Range League on July 7, July 8. The Derby will be on July 7. And then July 8, a luncheon at the Gearing Civic Center with All-Stars. Game at 6:35 p.m. Mountain Time. It'll be here on the Front Range Baseball Network, streaming. And fireworks after the game presented by Clover's Restaurants. The All-Star Spectacular 2-day event is presented by Arrowhead Distributing, thanks to Chuck and Mayra Heeman, owners and proprietors of the Western Nebraska Pioneers and key cogs behind the Front Range League effort, hosting the first ever All-Star Spectacular in Gearing, Nebraska. Louis De La Cueva went out to have a little chat, hanging out on the mound with Alvarado, getting their stuff organized. 0-2 is a shot through the left side. I like the little things, too. Cale Corridon, I wouldn't call him a blazer. He's not a track star speed guy. But Corridon out of the box on a solid single through the 5.5 hole, so it's heading right for the left fielder. He was out of the box hard, looking for any misplay, little bobble opportunity. I like that kind of base running. Nice job, Cale Corridon. Coach's guy right there. 1 out, quickly to the plate. Not much of a pause there. Got to come set. Might have done it, but that's about as little of a pause as you can have. Setting up the pick move, I imagine. Corridon trying to get his oven mitt on still. He's fighting with it while he leads off. Make me a pizza and then steal a base. Now he's got it attached. Umpires called for time. John Byington, head coach for the Miracles, is coming out. Count says 0-1. I did not charge a ball. I'm not sure what the situation was. Batter Blake Young talking with our plate umpire, John McFarland, saying he was signaling or indicating with his right hand the time requested sign. There's a pick over to first. So they were cleaning something up there. I think there was some kind of a request at the plate and maybe a confusion about granting that. Awkward. Everybody standing around with their hands in their pockets for a minute, the cocktail party, and then back to action. Oh, 1 pitch coming to the plate from Alvarado. He misses wide. Got the Coca-Cola courtyard down the right side. Got the grass berm on the left side. down the line. Nobody's sitting there tonight. Here's a sliding play. Nice short hop pickup. That out is on the transfer, the lost ball. So the runner out at second base, and the transfer had a little bobble. No backside turn. It was going to be hard to make that play. Credit there to the third baseman, though. Jansen Roberts, nice sliding play to his glove hand side, forehand side toward the shortstop hole. Roberts makes a sweet pick on a sliding play, and good feed to second base. Jeremiah Lucero handled the out on the force on the front side and then had a little bobble trying to get it out quick. I don't think he was going to get Blake Young, who moves well. Fielder's choice for Young, 2 away with Corden erased. That's through the left side. Good swing from Mac Dawsey. And 1 station for Young, who will move up to second with 2 away. Two more hits in the inning for Diamond Club. Mac Dawsey is going to get a courtesy runner. It's going to be Max for Mac. Matusi for Dawsey. Max Matusi on to run for the catcher. Want to take a, wow, that's cool now. Look at the top of your screen with the clouds and that's some paintbrush stuff there. The lights are on. The sun is beaming from the west over the Rocky Mountains and Pikes Peak. Clouds are outlining the top of your frame. And I want to point out something else after the 0-1 pitch. Mulvaney takes for 1-1. I like the vividness of the logos on the scoreboard out here. Check that out. Just left of center on your screen. Diamond Club and the El Paso County Baseball Miracles of the Front Range League. Featured here at Block Tickets Park. Runner at second base is Blake Young. When he leads off right now, he's having to put his hand up to shield his eyes from the sun that is blasting through a little gap in the bleachers at the grandstands here in the courtyard building down the right field line. Hot sun right at shortstop and the runner at second base right now. Mulvaney on a 2-1 pitch toward the middle. It's gloved and then smothered at shortstop. Pitcher Alvarado got a glove on it, slowed it down, and the Miracles shortstop, Jackson Schlepper, he just jumped on that grenade, kind of sat on that ball over second base. Smart play. If that ball hits the bag, takes a little funky hop, you don't want to give up that easy out, and Schlepper played it nicely and capped off the top of the third. No runs for Diamond Club, a little threat with a couple runners aboard. Score stays 6-4, bottom of the third. Miracles have the lead and have the bats. They'll go with 7, 8, and 9. Louis, Jeremiah, and Nicholas coming to the plate. Hey, come on along. Let's go to the bottom of the third inning. Come on, let's go. Come on, everybody. Good to have you. Bottom of the third inning. 9-inning game. Louis De La Cueva, the guy in the box for the Miracles. Takes ball one inside. 6-4. Miracles have the lead. Pitch bends wide of the zone for a 2-0 count. Strike keeps the count alive at 3-1. Pioneers and 64s getting ready to fire up game 2 in Boulder. That's going live right now on the Front Range Baseball Network. De La Cueva goes live to left, right into that sun, and that ball's dropping. Louis De La Cueva uses that giant ball of gas to his advantage. In left field for Diamond Club, Von Raffleson, I don't think he could see that. Now he's putting the glasses on. He might have had them on before. I'm not sure. He definitely needs them now. But Raffleson, off the bat, you could see him kind of stutter step. That ball got up in that bright sun. You can see, if you can see out there in left where the shade line ends, won't be long until he's got a better view. But that one he kind of had to freeze on by the time he realized where it was. It just bounced not much in front of him. That ball catchable off the bat, but a tough ball in the sun. Single. And the courtesy runner back out there is Mason Aaron. Pioneers and 64s back at it in the first inning. Couple runs for the Pioneers in Boulder, and now the 64s batting again. That's on the Front Range Baseball Network. 3 games in action right now. Spradley Collegians at the Greeley Grays in their second game of their doubleheader right here with Diamond Club and the El Paso County Baseball Miracles. And the Western Nebraska Pioneers take a shot at a sweep of the league's frontrunners, the Fort Collins Foxes, accidentally, unintentionally, unwantedly idle tonight with a rainout with the Prospectors, so they could bump into first place with the action tonight in Boulder so far going the Pioneers' way. Walk pitch puts 2 aboard. Lucero takes a free pass. Nicholas Brainerd to the plate. He'll swing first pitch and hack that into center. Easy moving in catch in center field. Blake Young gloves. 1 out, and top of the order, Hunter Morgan. Blake Young. Center fielder has a single and a fielder's choice. He has, I was thinking that was his, yeah, he's got 2 catches in center now. Had a line out to Young in the first from Reese, and now that fly out. This ball is not going to be caught. That's gapward. That's going to bounce, roll. It'll pull up shy of the track, slipping into first base, and then back on his feet trying to take 2 into 2. Runners are going to score. Little wildness on the bases there. Good swing from Hunter Morgan. He slipped around first base, got up, was going to hold up, and then reading the throw, he takes off for second. He'll take the double out of that, and 2 runs come home on the gap shot to center. Mason Aaron, the courtesy runner, scoring, and Jeremiah Lucero, good speed on the bags, good for 2. 2 ribbies for Hunter Morgan, his first base hit of the game. Miracles now doubling up on the Collegians of Diamond Club, 8-4. Looks like the hit count still shows Collegians with 1 more, 8-7. Now a pitch that's not handled, and down to third goes Morgan. Miracles building moment. And again, maybe a cross-up when you see the pitcher and catcher get together. It means maybe I didn't know what you were throwing. Dossie taps Neibauer on the back. Colin working with 1 out. Yeah, adding a little. Just keep kind of adding on inspiring natural elements. Why not a rainbow? That is not an effect from the streaming software. That's au natural. Two balls, no strikes. Make it 3-0 the count. with the Miracles on their number 2 batter, Jackson Schlepper, shortstop, who made the nice play to end the top of 3. Smothering a ball right at the bag at second base. He's going to chop one that way. Infield was in. No chance to score on that for Hunter Morgan. Ground ball to shortstop. Taylor McMaster, effective with that handle. Taking a look over to freeze the runner at 3. Throwing out Jackson Schlepper. 2 down. Diamond Club would prefer to get off the field right now. Got to face Austin Reese. Has a line out to center. Well-hit ball in the first and a double RBI in the second. Also scored in the second inning. Did Austin Reese. DHing tonight, Reese. I've enjoyed watching Austin hit this season. Good offensive player. Bats 3 for the Miracles. Fouls it away. 6 runs in the second for the Miracles. 2 more here in the third. Bending pitch. Good pitch from Neibauer. With the score 8-4 in the third, 9-inning game, we're on pace for 24-12. Pitchers will hope that train will slow down a little bit. A 1-2 pitch fouled third base side.
That foul brought to you by Chester's Chicken Farm, feeding fowl to the folks of Sugar Lake.
Down, and that pitch gets loose. Wild pitch is going to bring home another one for the Miracles. Hunter Morgan, after his 2 RBI double, cashes in on a wild pitch and scores from third base. Had a pass ball that got him to third, and then a wild pitch brings him home. Each team has coughed up some base movement tonight. 2-2, missed up, full count. I talked to a couple of the Diamond Club players a few games ago. Among them, one of them was Jamin Patterson. They talked about kind of their favorite park they'd been to was Runyon in Pueblo. I'll have to ask what they think compared now here. Nice play at first and successfully fielded. Good glove play defensively at first base for Diamond Club by Kai Douglas. Athletic to the second base side for him. The backhand side slides and then races to the bag. Beat him by a lot. Made a headfirst sliding tag to the base to cap another productive frame for the Miracles. 3 runs in the inning and a 9-4 lead now for El Paso County baseball. The Miracles take the field on D, facing Diamond Club's 8-9-1 Raffleson Baker Gertz.
If you're a real baseball player, that guy's a dude. You gotta have the newest, expensivest bat on the market. Bro. And it's gotta have the coolest name. Bro. Brand new. Just dropped. Tanks. Whatever the newest metals and materials might be, this bat is always one evolution newer. The Batco Crouching Tiger Nuke Mash Pummel Destroy Quad X Quadruple Extreme. Making mediocre hitters superstars. That guy's a dude. $600 at a time. Bro.
Ball one to Von Raffleson as we get into the fourth inning. Miracles still have Devin Alvarado out there. Three ball, one strike count to Von Raffleson, who swings on 3-1, goes 3-2. Got a Southwest airplane. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for Raffleson. Alvarado strikes out the first out of the top of four. Southwest Airlines plane, might be able to see it in your screen going over the center field wall right now. Just flew through a double rainbow that goes all the way from way, way, way down south, wherever the heck that is. That's like Guadalajara. And it goes all the way over the park and then lands in Canada. That's an epic rainbow busting over the top of Block Tickets Park. Foul back and bangs off of the upper deck of the press box area behind home plate. One out. Christian Baker swings, and he's got a couple strikes to deal with. 1-2 count. And he did offer, went around on it, got fooled on the pitch. Alvarado is getting after it now, working in his fourth inning. Gave up 4 in the first, and he's dialed it in. That goes as a swinging strikeout on the check swing that went too far. Umpire pointed at him, indicating that is an offer. It wasn't a called third. It was an offer third. 2 down, top of the order. And Tanner Gertz comes up empty. Four strikeouts in the game for starter Devin Alvarado, the lefty, picking up steam. Faced 8 batters in the first inning, comes in and just narrowly missed the kneecaps of Tanner Gertz. 8 batters faced in the first inning for Devin Alvarado. Then he went 3 batters faced, including a pickoff that ended it after a single with 2 outs. So 3 guys finished ABs in the second. Faced 5 batters in the third, and so far just 2 with 2 outs for Devin Alvarado in the fourth. He's got a 2-1 count. And Gertz sends it. Look out, guys. Talk a little bit out there. Coming together, and the catch is made. And they just kind of played bumper cars. Luckily, we didn't get major collision. You'll feel that a little bit, but a lot less than a complete crash. Center field and right field breaking to that ball. And for the Miracles out of center field, it was not the catch for Hunter Morgan, but he doinked off of right fielder Maddox Stahl, who made the catch. And 3 outs, 3 up, 3 down, top of the fourth is quick and clear for Devin Alvarado and the Miracles. Score sticks at 9-4 at Block Tickets Park in Colorado Springs on the Front Range Baseball Network. Thad Anderson with you for Diamond Club and Miracles. Summer 2025, the inaugural season of the Front Range League Collegiate Baseball. Summer wood bat baseball played along the Front Range of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado and Nebraska. Visit FrontRangeLeague.com for schedules, standings, stats, and more. FrontRangeLeague.com. The standings now updating nightly, morningly. If you go to the FrontRangeLeague.com website, click the standings navigation button or link, and those standings hosted by Fort Collins Baseball Club. You'll jump over there. You can see the standings, and if you click around a little bit, you can click a team name and find their schedule, find their results. You can find the full league schedule there for upcoming games. A lot of activity and some reschedules, a lot of weather and some administrative manipulations in the calendaring, so keep an eye on that. We'll try to keep that updated. Kind of hard to keep up, honestly, at this point in the season, especially with a much more rainy and weather-disrupted spring and early summer than typical in Colorado, but we had this a couple of years ago too, and schedules bounced around a little bit. Into the bottom of the fourth inning, and Diamond Club makes a pitching change. Going to have to do a little recon on that for you. I know what that is. He's wearing Coach Mulvaney's shirt. Brad Mulvaney told me that earlier tonight. So yeah, we had one guy who's going to have to borrow my jersey, and that's Alvaro Nunez. Alvaro Nunez usually wears number 11. He had some kind of a wardrobe malfunction. Made the trip here from Arvada today. And he busts out head coach Brad Mulvaney's jersey. So let's see how he reps coach. There's a lot of pressure up there with the skipper's number on your back. Alvaro Nunez, high school ball at Far Northeast High School in the Denver metro area. Fires a strike, down, nice pitch. Bottom part of the zone to Jansen Roberts leading off. He's the number 4 batter in the order 4, 5, and 6 here. Roberts, relaxed pre-pitch stance, takes a strike again. Not so relaxed now. He's got a 1-2 count, freaking out a little bit. Maybe not. Jansen's seen that before. Alvaro Nunez trying to start this off in style. Fouled back. Love the netting, the net screen behind home plate here at Block Tickets Park with the cleanup off the screen from the on-deck hitter. That pitch is inside. It'll be a 2-2 count. Maddox Stahl on deck. David Ada behind him. Both rainbows should be appreciated. But that inner ring as a strikeout pitch, and Jansen Roberts could not hold his jaw up. It dropped to his collarbone on a strikeout looking, and Alvaro Nunez opens his appearance in style. Now Maddox Stahl. I think I'm swinging strike 0-1. I think I'm hallucinating, but it almost looks like it's trying to go for a triple rainbow there in between those two. I'm seeing, or they might join. It might be the largest rainbow ever invented. Nunez going all Roy G. Biv on the zone. He's covering all the spectrum. 0-2. Mac Dossie, the catcher, gives him the old catcher's mitt or pud, for those who really go old school with it. Used to be called a pud. Gives him the point after that pitch was a ball, but it was where the catcher wanted it. Nicely delivered from Nunez. Comes again with the ground ball to the right side. That is doinked at second and beating that out. And then a kind of a lazy, wild throw. That is 2 errors on one play. Now you got the runner bumping into the fielding try from, was that McMaster at short? The call was against the defense. Obstruction. He was going to get the bag, it looked like. Immediate point at the defender by base umpire Steve Naftanel. And they were going to award him the bag if he would have been thrown out. He got there safely anyway. Unfortunate multitude. That is a 3-error play. I'm not kidding. Ever? Never say ever, but that's heavily infrequent. Swing and a miss. Had an error on the ground ball and then a throwaway that moved it up to second. So 2 errors at second base. And then you have to put the error against the catcher, Mac Dossie, on the throw down to second. Hate to do that. 1, because Mac's a pretty cool dude. And 2, It's a hustle play by the catcher. He's down there doing the job that good catchers do. Double checking the count situation here is third base coach Marcus Gilmore. 0-2 is up on the scoreboard. So the throw by Dossie was actually pretty fine. It was right on the bag, about shoulder high, but it just led the defender into the runner, and it flies out into the outfield. So 3 error bags on the play. That's either a unicorn or a crazy vivid rainbow kind of thing. 3 errors on one. Shadows have taken over almost everything in the outfield. There's a little strip in the left center gap out by the Great Clips sign. Oh, yeah, note to self. Time for a trim. So Great Clips and Amentum have an Outlaw Beverage, have the best advertising placement, still sunshine on their logoed faces. 1-2 pitch with 2 down, up and missed the zone. 2-2. David Ada in. Scoreboard says 2 outs. Maybe that's what they're checking. I'm pretty sure we got 1 here. We had Roberts striking out to open it. Maddox Stahl on the 3 error. And now David Ada. And that'll foul out of play. So, scoreboard has 2. I think that was maybe the confusion. The infield is in, which is another indication. If it was 2 outs, you wouldn't play the infield in. You'd play the out at first base. But with a 1-out situation, they want to cut this run on a 9-4 deficit. Fouled back again by Ada. Baseball delivery out of the Miracles dugout from Hunter Morgan. Couple to the umpire, fired one to the catcher, Mac Dossie, who sent that out to the reliever in his first frame of work, Alvaro Nunez. Here's a ball served to center. That's going to be good for an RBI, and double-digit runs now on the board for the Miracles. Fly out to center field. Good work with the count building up against him, and Ada lobs one to center to send home Maddox Stahl on a sac fly. It is 10-4 Miracles. Two outs after the sac fly. It's a good feeling for David Ada. He had a couple strikeouts his first 2 times up. Didn't hit it great, but he fought that count. And he does what everybody talks about. Hey, productive AB. Here we got 1 out. Find a way. Infield's in. He sends one deep enough to center to score the run. Fouled off. And rattling around the bench back bleachers. There's chair back seats on the lower level here. You can see some of those in your camera shot. And then up behind that, there's benching, but that has backs on it too. Great job with the park here. It's been a good one for a long time. Ball blasted to center out toward the 410 sign, just in front of the track, and Diamond Club has the D there. Blake Young makes back-to-back catches to pack off the bottom of 4, but another tally frame after being scoreless in the first for the Miracles. They've gotten 6 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 10-4 the cushion for El Paso County baseball. Miracles playing D in the top of the 5th with 8-9-1 Lucero Brainerd Morgan.
Ball yard baseball. Ball yard baseball.
Taylor McMaster opens up the 5th inning of a scheduled 9-inning ball game. 10-run rule after 7. Miracles are driving in the direction of a big gap in the scoreboard. McMaster is going to reach on that. Good bunt. Devin Alvarado. So that's one of those where he comes off the mound. It looks like an ankle breaker, like a basketball move where you totally fake him out and throw him on the ground, but that was a slip on probably a little bit of moisture left on the grass from the rain, and really no chance at third base. Charging was Jansen Roberts, but that was a pretty perfect bunt from McMaster. Bunt single. Diamond Club needs to cut into the lead, and they'll get back-to-back hits to open up the 5th frame. Kai Douglas, smooth single. Cale Corridon to the plate. McMaster at second base. Like that, too, with summer wood bat baseball, collegiate action. Some of these guys just getting headed toward college after high school graduations. Like the bunt decision by McMaster there, working on elements of the game and keeping the game in the game, too. It's not just a swing away, see if you can knock stuff out of the yard, pad your slugging percentage. McMaster tuning various elements of the offense. Into the 5th inning goes starter Devin Alvarado. This is fouled away, and it'll be a 1-1 count. Alvarado, like I talked about, very bumpy. Not only first inning, even narrow it down. The first 5 batters, 6 batters. An onslaught against the starter Alvarado. Gave up 5 hits to open the game. Single, single, double, double, single. And then a walk. Got a fly-out strikeout. 8 batters in the first. Gave up 4 runs. And still Diamond Club sits on 4. Throw down to first, and that's chested and blocked toward foul ground, toward the dugout, but nobody moving up on it. Louis De La Cueva, kind of a delayed back pick, decided to take a poke at it down the line at first. David Ada, credit to David for just throwing a chest on it. Gave up on the glove and blocked that down. Blocked at the plate there from De La Cueva. 3-1 count. Cleanup batter, Cale Corridon. Tough to get one out of this park. The American flag blowing straight down tonight. The Colorado flag just has a little bit of a drift to it. Moving gently, but not much wind in the factor tonight in a pretty large park. De La Cueva sits there with that pitch for a while. And not sure where it missed De La Cueva, but Corridon draws a pass. And the bags are full for Diamond Club. They trail by 6. They've got 3 of those on base. Blake Young, 1 for 2, single and a fielder's choice. Ground ball to short, going to go to third base, get that runner. Runner's going to score is McMaster. Douglas forced out at third. Fielder's choice and an RBI. Corridon to second. Young reaching on the fielder's choice. His first ribby of the night. And the first run since the first inning for Diamond Club Collegians, 10-5. But their ledger showing 10 hits in the game. Been good with the bats. Like I said, though, 5 of those hits came in the first 5 batters of the game. Mustered 5 more since then, now in the 5th inning. First and second with 1 away. The seldom seen 6-5 put out. This foul ball is back out of play. Not quite catchable here in the press box, but not far. Try just a little bit to the third base side on that. I might get a souvenir tonight. Mac Dossie, the catcher. He's 1 for 1. Walk in the first and a single in the third. Devin Alvarado has 4 1/3 inning booked right now. coming with a 1-1 pitch, Alvarado. Again, that pitch is up. It's consistently, that strike's not been there. That's the top of the zone, 2-1 count. Also sitting up here at the higher elevation, this is more of a standardized, small minor league or small college park, a good-sized college park, really. Some of the parks we have, we're sitting right on top of the umpire. You feel like you have a pretty good view of it. From here, harder to say up or down, so I'll trust the calls of John McFarland. Calls a strike there for a 2-2 count. Alvarado, here comes his 77th pitch of the game. The lefty sends it, and he strikes out Mac Dossie, and Dossie looked out at him and gave him a head nod. The catcher appreciates a good pitch when he sees it, and when he swings and misses at it, it's a guy who gets the game a little bit. Dossie just got outdone by Alvarado, and he nodded at him, gave him a little props for the strikeout pitch. Brock Mulvaney, Diamond Club would love to get something out of Brock right here. Get more than one out of the inning. Started with first three batters reaching, single walk. Fielder's choice, scored a run and a strikeout. That's where we sit now with the sixth batter of the inning, Mulvaney. That pitch missed for a 2-0 count. And Alvarado creeping to 80 pitches now. 9 hits allowed in the, depending what you look at, which chart, 9 or 10. Got a visit from John Byington here. Miracles manager is making the walk. Ooh, John just stepped right on the foul line. John. Guy's a baseball guy. I'm going to trust that he knows something I don't about why he's okay to stomp right on the first baseline. It's his park. Do what you want. Alvarado, it's a pretty brief conversation. Just, I imagine, I don't know, I'm going to speculate. I imagine that Coach Byington just went to check on his starter, who's sitting right under 80 pitches now, and just ask him how he's feeling, how are the legs, just be sure everything's good, and can you get us through this frame? Bullpen is active for the Miracles. On-field bullpens tucked along the sidewall down each line. No action for Diamond Club in the pen. Strike there. It's a 2-1 count as Alvarado reaches 80 pitches. He's got 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. 4 earned runs, 1 unearned for a 5 total. Mulvaney takes a free pass. You hear the call from the first base dugout for the Miracles. 1 more out. Let's get it. Let's get out of here. Appreciate our plate umpire, John McFarland, indicating the substitution right here for Diamond Club. Casey Ritchie will pinch hit. This is Vaughn Raffleson's spot, number 8. Raffleson has been in left field. And a pinch hit for Casey Ritchie. In a big spot. 2 out. Bases juiced for Diamond Club. Down by 5. Strike starts the count. Good opener from Devin Alvarado, 0-1. Lefty from the full windup with the bases full. Off speeds 1 through the swing of Casey Ritchie. Ritchie, a catcher. We'll see if he winds up in left for Raffleson. Here's the 0-2, and that's wide of the zone, 1-2. Had a loose ball come rolling down from the bullpen down the first base side. Assistant coach Marcus Gilmore takes care of that, sends it back down. 1-2 pitch, and that ball's to second base. A roller, and that will force out Mulvaney at second base. Pretty good escape. Bases were full, and the danger was there. Just 1 run in. First run since the first inning for Diamond Club. They get it back to 10-5 with Taylor McMaster's leadoff bunt single, ending up with McMaster scoring in the inning. Bottom of 5, and it's 8-9-1 Lucero Brainerd Morgan for the Miracles, who lead by 5. Here's the bottom of 5. Strike 1, second inning of work for Alvaro Nunez for Diamond Club, trying to hold the Miracles where they're at. Lucero batting and get Diamond Club back to the box. Dossie has that one skip in the dirt. 1-1 count. Another bullpen ball just made its way down. That's, again, never a good sign. 1 bullpen ball, not good. 2 bullpen balls loose down here. Do you go to the pen on the pen at that point? Lucero swings on a good pitch down and away, missed it. First base coach for the Miracles right now. Got a player out there. Marcus Gilmore handling third base, the assistant coach. John Byington in the dugout managing from top step of the sunken dugout. Lucero, nice answer on a 1-2 count in which he did not look like he had a lot going. He's going to go for 2, and he's got to. Jeremiah Lucero turns that at-bat around, turning it from advantage pitcher to a gap double to left center. Coaching at first base for the Miracles is Maverick Alcaria. I've seen Maverick in a variety of roles this season, and he told me before the game, I said hi to him down in the first base dugout. Here comes a pitch from Nunez, swing and a miss. And Nicholas Brainerd has a strike against him. I said hi to Maverick. He asked me, asked me something about tonight. And he said, "You going to be here tomorrow?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Why, you pitching?" He said, "Yeah. Just want to be sure I was going to be here to witness whatever's going to go down for number 4. They're playing the Western Nebraska Pioneers, who swing it. And he acknowledged that, said, those guys have some offense, so we'll see what Mavericks got tomorrow. It's a day game tomorrow. It's a 1:30 Mountain Time start. Right back here at Block Tickets Park. 1-2 count. Again, a 9-inning format with a beautiful painted sky framing the top of our look at Block Tickets Park, the ball field below. I wonder if I can get, I think I could probably get my my rig here to work down in the Coca-Cola courtyard. We could broadcast from the patio tomorrow. 1:30. 3-2 count. Full we go with nobody out. 9 batter in the order. Nicholas Brainerd. The leadoff guy, Hunter Morgan, waits on deck. On a 3-2, that's to center, that's shallow, and that'll drop. Going to score the run. The Miracles answer the run last inning from Diamond Club, immediately tally back on a smooth single from Nicholas Brainerd, the number 8 batter, number 9 batter. Bam, bam, score a run. Good read on that. Lucero at second base could tell off the bat it wasn't squared on the barrel. It was hit with good angle, but it didn't have the exit velo, and at second could tell that ball was going to drop in. He took off, didn't hesitate, easily scored. And we go to 11-5. Scoreboard could be give or take 1 or 7, but showing 10-10 in the hit column, it's something very close to that. Each team hovering into double digits in hits tonight. Yeah, we've seen a few goofy errors and some walks, but had some pretty good barrel work in the middle frames of this game now. Nunez goes pick here and got another guy. Brainerd's going to try to take it, and he'll be out at 2. So we've seen the Miracles. They had pick after pick 3 times from their starter Alvarado, and now you got Alvaro Nunez picking off Nicholas Brainerd. That's a big out at the top of the order here. Hunter Morgan, you get the bases cleared off and 1 away. 1 to 3 to 6 on the pick. Count goes to 2-1. Props to plate umpire John McFarland also for he shows the count frequently and he calls it out nice and loud. You can hear him up here in the booth, and we're a ways from home plate. Two count to Hunter Morgan. That last pickoff went 1-3-6. Just in time to shortstop Taylor McMaster. Good pitch. That ball goes down, but Dossie picks it up, slaps a tag, and that at-bat's over. Strikeout pitch and 2 away as Diamond Club horns it and sends it back to Alvaro trying to close the 5th inning. Earlier pick, got to find it here on my scorecard. Just had the 1-6-3, which is, fairly tight. Kind of gets it done. Back in the 2nd inning, the Miracles had a pickoff of Taylor McMaster that went 1-3-6-1-4. Pitcher sent it to first base, down to short. Pitcher then filled in behind at first, got it back, then sent it to second baseman. 1-3-6-1-4. 5 guys involved, 4 assists and a putout in that mix. Shallow fly ball right, and Gertz recovers, broke in, got himself righted, and easily made the catch in shallow right. 1 on the board. Jeremiah Lucero leadoff double. Scores on the single by Brainerd. And we go back to a 6-run margin with the home team on top. 11-5. Miracles have the lead as the 6th inning dawns. And the 9-1-2 Baker, Gertz, McMaster get ready to hit.
Sports fans, broadcast announcing is evolving. Play-by-play is now play-by-play. Who needs bothersome people who have their own opinions, rooting interests, and skin in the game? Play-by-play, the next frontier in sports announcing.
pizzas here. Miracles player and pizza delivery guy Ben Clayton just carried 7, 8 pies, something like that. Post-game, foods being hauled around the park. Pitching change for the Miracles. Righty on the mound is Nick Marburger. Jersey 24, Nick Marburger. Right-hander now in. Devin Alvarado, good 5 innings for Devin, giving up 5 runs, but 4 of those to the first 5, 4 of the first 5 guys to come to the plate all scored in the first inning, and then he settled in and got a bunch of work done for the Miracles tonight. First pitch from Marburger is a ball. And this is the spot where Max Matusi is going to be deployed offensively. He takes a big hack for a 1-1 count. Pinch hitter Matusi. What do? I do the Matusi. Grounds this to third, and it's played across the diamond for out number 1. Jansen Roberts on defense. Max Matusi just subbed in for Christian Baker. Baker's been playing second base. Matusi more of a corners guy and an outfielder. We'll see what they do defensively. Where Max winds up. Top of the order, Tanner Gertz. Diamond Club needs to get the engine revving here, down by 6. Gertz rolls on a pitch that broke nicely, but missed the zone inside. 1-0 count. Chopped wide of third base, foul, and a 1-1 count. Colorado Springs showing 66 degrees at the moment. It is fantastic tonight. Conditions are well conditioned. Trying to find a humidity reading. 53%. Gertz fouls that off himself and will stumble around for a moment, give him some time. 53% humidity, that's on the high side for Colorado. It's not just on the high side, that's notable for Colorado. Some of these breaking pitches, it's been one of the benefits of some of the cloudy, moist weather that's been going on in Colorado. Guys able to use their stuff a little bit better, a little more bite in the high altitude thin air, but you add some humidity and you see the difference. 1-2 got him set up for something here. Gertz resets after the foul off of his lower extremities. Takes out for a 2-2 count. Ben Clayton, metal cleats crunching along the concrete of the grandstands. He either ate all the pizzas or delivered them. He's got none left now. He's going to buy one off of him. 2-2 pitch. Gertz rockets that. Deflected at third. High throw across. Fun defense, but no out recorded. Gertz gets an infield single on that ball. He hit it hard, diving, laying out at third after making the previous play nicely. Jansen Roberts. He deflected the ball up. His shortstop behind him, Jackson Schlepper, caught it on the carom off his glove and then just did a quick release fling across. It was kind of a high arcing, kind of contoured that rainbow we had earlier. Throw that decision by David Ada at first base was the correct one. He vacated the bag, went and got the ball. Got a first pitch elevator shaft, foul third side, and caught in the coach's box on the third base side. Pop up for Taylor McMaster, who went hunting on the first pitch and missed it. Pop up to the pull side. Kai Douglas is charged with trying to create a productive sixth inning for the Diamond Club offense. Good pitch, strike. Held back on it, did Douglas. Didn't like it, understandably. It was a good pitch, bearing away. Caught the outer edge of the zone. Douglas 0-1. Nick Marburger on the mound. Spikes that one wide of the plate. Blocked all the way back out to the grass area. Blocked it all the way back through the dirt and to the grass. Luis de la Cueva, he hops around back there. He goes and picks that up, and he hustles back, gets right back in his catcher's squat. Keeping the thing flowing here. 1-1 pitch is down and away, 2-1. Nick Marburger, one of the players, joined on to the Miracles after the initial rostering. Common in the summer collegiate leagues. Get some guys who come in a little late, reinforcements. Marburger, one of those added on. David Ada came in a little later. Jackson Schlepper. Ethan Steer has joined the roster. Jacob Watley's been with him for a while, but he was maybe a tick behind the full arrival of the first group. Swing and a miss, and it's 3-2. Kai Douglas. He is the number 3 spot in the order. Douglas, single, double, and a pop out. He's 2 for 3. Runner goes, of course, on 3-2, 2 outs, and there's a strikeout pitch. And the Miracles' first base dugout is pumped for Nick Marburger, who gets a backward K, strikeout looking to close the top of 6. Miracles want to build on a 6-run lead as they go to their bottom half of the 6th with 3, 4, and 5. Reese, Roberts, Stahl, middle of the order bats coming up.
River Morgan presents famous baseball quotes.
You tell me right now, Jimmy Morris.
It's supposed to be hard.
always
Bob,
involved.
if it wasn't
Killing
hard,
me.
you
Everyone
can't
would
steal
do
second
it.
base
The
and
hard
keep your foot
is what
on
makes
first.
it great. You want to have a catch, Smalls?
All yard baseball.
Back when I feel like, when I feel like, when I feel like, back when I feel like, I'm gonna get back when I feel like.
Bottom of 6. Diamond Club chasing 6 runs, back on defense and back out. Alvaro Nunez. Went around on the upstairs pitch. 1-1 count. Nunez delivers wide of the plate, and it's 2-1. Got Austin Reese in there. Jansen Roberts on deck. Roberts hitting 4 spot tonight. Maddox Stahl after him, fouled off right side out of play. It hit some patio furniture. Hail damage down the right field side. Bullpen empty both sides of the field as Jacob Watley for the Miracles. He's on foul ball duty right there. Swing and a whiff and a strikeout for Nunez. One down in the bottom of 6. That foul ball into the little patio area over there. Jacob Watley going to get it. When you're in Fort Collins at City Park, I know you get $1 for every foul ball return to the merchandise area. I don't know if Jacob maybe gets a piece of pizza for that. Oh, should I help him out? He's on the wrong level. We should start yelling at him and give him direction as to where that one bounced. He's going to be up there a while. No, it's not over the rail. Come back this way, Jacob. Nope. 0-1 count. Strike starts the count. To Jansen Roberts. Roberts' glove was featured in the last frame. One nice play he made, one diving play that was a base hit on the infield. Made a great effort at it, deflected it to his shortstop. Swings, and he is out. Nunez, like the other team's starting pitcher, Devin Alvarado, who picked up steam. Nunez getting after it here. Nunez gave up a double to Jeremiah Lucero, who then scored on the single by Nicholas Brainerd last inning. Then had a pickoff, strikeout, flyout. Now it's back-to-back Ks and 2 down. Nunez gets a ground ball softly to short. Going to have to hurry. Fired across. Long hop. Got him 6-3 on the putout. Maddox Stahl hustling the ground ball. He is just after the long hop throw from Taylor McMaster. And the 6th inning, bottom of 6, sees 3 Miracles to the plate. They're all out. Can Diamond Club build momentum from that sweet frame? From their reliever, Alvaro Nunez. It's the top of the 7th inning now, and it's good spot. 4-hole coming up. Corridon, followed by Young and Dossie.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. Run! This has been a test of the emergency alert system. In the event of an actual emergency, you're probably cooked.
How about them Pios, Western Nebraska in Boulder tonight, and they have a 5-1 lead in Game 2 after thumping the 64s 13-1 in the first game. Holy bajoli or something. Whatever expression you can cook up. Game 2 in Greeley, Spradley Collegians and Greeley Grays, trying to check in on that. Get you a score update from Greeley. Corridon takes a pitch above his head. Second inning of work for Nick Marburger. Spradley Collegians won Game 1 in Greeley and now lead 10-0, and I think they've capped it off. Run rule in 7 as the Pueblo Spradley Collegians sweep a double dip in Greeley today. They had some rain. Fortunately, the rain came between Game 1 and Game 2, thanks to Nolan Cranston, a young guy who's interested in getting into the broadcast field. He jumped in today and began the teeth-cutting process. I know he's done a little bit of stuff with his high school, Northridge High in Greeley. Strike and a 1-2 count to Cale Corridon, first batter of the top of 7. Bradley Collegians, they had played a lot fewer games than other teams in the league due to some weather and some scheduling stuff. Shot to center, that'll drop down for Corridon on a 1-2 swing. Nice work by Cale Corridon. He will open the frame in the right direction for Diamond Club with his single. That is his 3rd hit in the game with 1 walk. Corridon 3 for 3, double, single, and a walk. Breaking pitch. Hooks into the zone. Blake Young takes it for a strike. Pick over to 1. The lefty picks have been highly effective tonight. The righty pick in late behind Corridon. Pitch on the outer edge. Marburger got the outside. De La Cueva handled it nicely. One ball, 2 strikes. Got it. Tough pitch. Blake Young is out looking. He didn't like that adjudication of that pitch, but gavel is dropped. 1 away. Here's Mac Dawsey with Brock Mulvaney on deck. Dawsey gets a bender also. Nick Marburger is riding the humidity tonight. Why not? Use it when you get it. Breaking ball works. Bouncing pitch, wild, and down to second goes Cale Corridon. Wild pitch, scoring position. You'd like a bunch if you're Diamond Club, but they'll just take something at least to get the pump primed here. Two count. Pitch coming to Mac Dawsey. Time as Marburger just was raising the front leg to go to balance position. Dawsey got time granted just in time. Fortunately for Marburger, he was able to shut it down. Didn't do one of those dry fire responses to the late bail by Dawsey. And Mac sends it through the middle. That should bring a run around. Corridon will score easily, and Dawsey's thinking 2. Ball kicked around in center just a little bit. Dawsey's got 2 bags out of that. Mac, nice finish on a 2-2 count. All right, got to put on the official scorer's hat. I can tell you this, Cale Corridan scored. Give him a run. We'll give Dossie, he gets the RBI, no doubt. That was going to score him. And it was a sliding try in center field for Hunter Morgan. I don't think we got an error there. Morgan was trying to cut that off from getting to the gap. He slid. It kind of bounced off of him. And Dossie picked up a second bag. We're going to go with a double right there on Mac Dossie. I think he earned that, deserved it with a well-hit ball on 2-2. He's got a courtesy runner now at second base, does Dossie. And Brock Mulvaney, 7-batter, the DH. He goes the other way. That's going to get down fair. Opposite field shot down the left field line. Run is home. Mulvaney has got 2 bases. It's a double for Brock Mulvaney, who drives around Luis Lepe, his buddy from their college program. Luis spending some time staying at the Mulvaney household. He was the courtesy runner out there. Luis out of Douglas, Wyoming, has been spending a few of his nights at the Mulvaney house, and Brock sends him home again. I was really proud of that concoction. Smell what I'm cooking right there? Yeah, I'm sorry. Mute button's available. RBI knock for Mulvaney. He goes the opposite direction, a pure oppo shot right down the third baseline for the lefty. This ball reached for, kind of wrapped around in a boot at shortstop, gets right through the wickets, and Casey Ritchie reaches on E6. And Diamond Club's got it cooking now. Nick Marburger going to get a visit here from manager John Byington. Bullpen is empty. I didn't see if there's anybody there a moment ago. I don't think so. I don't think that's what they're doing here. The Diamond Club bullpen, by the way, does have 2 pitchers up down the third base line in the corner down there where Mulvaney's ball went. With Max Matusi coming to the mound and the lead trimmed now to 11-7. John Byington, he's going to take a pre-7th inning stretch. 2 outs away from that maneuver, but he's going to go out and get some light calisthenics in with the squad before the middle of 7. Got to try to shut down the Diamond Club surge right here. Cale Corridan single to open the inning. Blake Young struck out. Then Mac Dossie doubled, knocked in Corridan. Courtesy runner Luis Lepe came on. Scored on the double from Brock Mulvaney. RBIs for Dossie and Mulvaney in the inning. It's Ritchie. I keep looking at the original spot there. Shot down the third baseline. Mulvaney leaps over it. He was in foul territory, so if it hit him, he would have been not out. That's why you lead in foul, come back in fair to make the catcher's throw more difficult on the return. But you stay in foul in case the ball hits you. You might be dead, but you won't be out. Runner takes off. Throw is going to second base and easily stolen. Casey Ritchie has the bag. Stolen base for Ritchie. Drag out the guy, put another runner out there. We have a sub for the carcass, please. Never seen it happen. Breaking ball rides up and in. Missed the zone, 1-2 count. That was an 0-2 pitch. Tough layoff for Max Matusi. Grounded out to third base last inning when he pinch hit for Christian Baker. Matusi now at a 1-2 count. All the Miracles wanted that one and didn't get the call on it. That stuff a little elevated has not been successful tonight for either side. 2-2 count to Matusi, and he is hit by pitch. That is it right there, man. Come on now, ball players. You're in a 2-strike count. You get something you can wear. You can't lean into it. You can't push yourself into the ball, but that thing had Matusi centered. He pulled his shoulders up just a little bit to create maybe the impression of a movement, but that was a straight-up escape, a 2-strike count wearing by Max Matusi, and love it. HBP. I don't love it from Nick Marburger's perspective. Obviously not cool for Nick, but that is It's a good ball. And now a ball. Top of the order, Diamond Club has carved in 2 runs on the lead for the Miracles, and they've got a big opportunity here with 1 away. Top of the order, Gertz with McMaster behind him. Marburger's pitch. Bender got it. Humidity ball. Break out the sawdust if you're a batter here. Those little silicone packs, maybe. Something. Marburger's breaking ball is breaking nicely. Gertz. He gave a little ground in the box. Something I mentioned a few weeks ago, talking with the Utah Utes collegiate baseball program. That's one of the things, and I know a lot of schools teach that, but I know that was one of their calling cards Pac-12 days. You don't yield the box as a batter. They would rack up hit by pitch after hit by pitch. Gertz probably could have driven in a run with a little different approach there. He'll take one up and keep himself cooking here in the count. Now, the flip side is you're the leadoff batter. You got traffic out there. You're feeling pretty good about what you're seeing. You want to drive something in a gap and score a couple. I know as a third base coach, I feel that over the years you'd have those times where you get hit by a pitch on a person you'd love to have get a hack in a big spot like this. But anything that drives in a run right now is big. Here's a chance on a 3-1. Gertz has control. And again, the breaking ball pretty close to finding the zone. Gertz turned his head to it. Didn't get the zone, Marburger, and that's a RBI walk for leadoff man Tanner Gertz. Gertz, 2 singles, a walk. He's 2 for 4, a couple flyouts in the game. Has his first ribby. Brock Mulvaney scores after his RBI double. Casey Ritchie to third, and Max Matusi to second. And a little more trouble here. Marburger, the zone has gotten away from him a little bit. 11-8. Here come the Collegians. They're driving back home tonight. Be a much happier trip if they can keep carving. Miracles off to a good start in this game, now fending off Diamond Club. That ball from McMaster, shallow center, looking at a possible tag. Runners coming. Here's the throw. Bounces once, sliding safely in is Casey Ritchie. Sack fly RBI for McMaster. It was not deep. Center fielder Hunter Morgan played it right, came hard through the ball, and threw a one-hop strike to catcher. It took kind of a high hop off the grass. Didn't get the skip on it. Sliding underneath it safely. With the 9th run of the night, Casey Ritchie for Diamond Club. Other runners stayed put, making sure they wouldn't get themselves thrown out and end the inning. They're still at first and second. It's Kai Douglas. 9 batters have come to the plate. Douglas scorches one to center, but that's going to go right at Hunter Morgan. Good barrel from Kai Douglas. Line out to center field. Solid frame from Diamond Club. They put up 4 in the top of 7 and get it back to 11-9, sending 9 batters to the plate. 7th inning stretch from Block Tickets Park in Colorado Springs. El Paso County Baseball Miracles hosting Diamond Club. 9-inning game. Miracles lead by 2. They'll go 6, 7, and 8. Ada, De La Cueva, and Lucero. Batters coming up at the 7th inning stretch in Colorado Springs. First pitch, bottom of 7, wide of the zone. First man up for the Miracles, David Ada. 0 for 3 tonight. Make it 0 for 2. That was a sac fly RBI in the 4th inning. Fly out to center. Gets a strike on him there. 1-1. A couple strikeouts for Ada, and I think that was a 2-strike sac fly. David pushed home Maddox Stahl, who was on third base after a 3-error play. 3 errors on 1 ball in play. Put him on third. This ball is crushed to left center to the Sunbelt sign and bangs off of the banner on the wall. Ada destroys one. He'll have a stand-up double and a lot of flexing going on in the first base dugout, even from dudes who shouldn't be. Everybody celebrates the power shot. Dimensions here at Block Tickets Park. I mentioned earlier, 350 down the lines. It is 385 to the power alleys, left and right center. 410 to center field with a nice, healthy batter's eye back there. Good backdrop for hitters. Deep green and black with the 410. Here's a bunt put down the third baseline. Nicely played at third. Throw, though, is offline, and the attempt to tag missed him. The catcher, Louis De La Cueva, throws one down, and we're going to go single on that. Now De La Cueva sees nobody at second base. He'll go there. He's out at 2, but that run will come across. So Miracles go with some Al-Qaeda baseball. A little terrorism on the bags. And David Ada scores. Louis De La Cueva, a good bunt. Nice charging play from third by Cale Corden. That might be Matusi who's over at third now. I think Corden moved to short. Yeah, he did. And checking them all out. Hard to see, honestly, from here, numbers. It kind of looks like Corden at second base, actually. Yeah, it's Corden at second. McMaster at short. You got Matusi at third. It was Matusi on the charge. And that's got to be an error. The throw pulled the first baseman off. He had a chance to tag, but couldn't get the tag there. Unable to find the runner, De La Cueva, who then tried to take second on a vacated bag, nobody covering. Got there in time to throw him out, and Ada scores on the other side of that. Scorebook soup on a few plays tonight. A tangle of numbers and dashes and dots. 2-1 count. Jeremiah Lucero doubled his last time up. He scored all 3 times he's been to the plate. Productive offensive guy. Foul ball, foul pop is going to get to the tarp. Kind of nestle its way almost into the patio area, but I think it landed in the tunnel back off of the first base side. No chance to get there for first baseman Kai Douglas. So Douglas at first, Matusi at third, McMaster at short, Corden over to second base after starting at third. Throw the barrel down and slap it foul down the right field line for Lucero out of the 8th spot tonight. The second baseman, Lucero, having an offensive night. He's got 2 hits and a walk, a single in the second. Stolen base on that. Walk in the third, double in the 5th, and that was a gap shot to left center. This ball chopped to third. Tough ball. Gets through Matusi. Lucero then scored after all 3 of those previous on bases, and he's back on with an E5. And Lucero, we'll see if he can keep up his perfect night of touching the plate after leaving the batter's box. But he's a righty, not that first step. I'm talking about the last step, 360 feet later. Trivia question. What is the most used base in baseball? I think I invented that trivia question, at least in my mind. I doubt that's the first time it's been asked. Manager John Byington, is he asking about catcher's interference? Looks like for Diamond Club, again, with the chest protector on, it's hard to see you can't see the number at all. I get the sense that Casey Ritchie is behind the dish now. That looks like Casey, not Mac Dossie. Ritchie was a pinch hitter for Von Raffleson. I'm kind of thinking it's Nicholas Brainerd at the plate. He swung and fouled one, and I think John Byington was asking about catcher's interference. He did not get the call on that. It's a 2-strike count to Brainerd. Top of the order on deck with Hunter Morgan. Here's the 0-2, 1 run in the inning, back to a 3-run lead for the Miracles. Alvaro Nunez is the arm on the hill, the lefty, with his 3rd inning of work. Again, congrats to the Pueblo Spradley Collegians going on the road up to Greeley, one of the northern extremes of the Front Range League from the southernmost team out of Pueblo. They take 2. Bouncer back to the mound. Goes to short, quick turn, and McMaster flips it over after the feed from the pitcher, Alvaro Nunez. And the twin killing on the bouncer from Brainerd leaves 1 run on the board for the Miracles, but we've got a good finish coming from Block Tickets Park in Colorado Springs as the Diamond Club Collegians took a 4-0 lead in the top of the first and then went in a big deficit down 10-4 to the Miracles after 4 innings, and now they've carved it back 12-9, couple innings left, 9-inning ball game. Diamond Club coming to the plate. Number 4 spot, Cale Corridon, scheduled up.
Hey, it's Max Alpha, head coach, manager, governor, executive, chief of Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite in my 5-ton pickup truck that I bought at Cartropolis. One of my 4 vehicles, one of only 6 total vehicles in the village of Sugar Lake. Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite tryouts are coming up. Be there if you want to be elite. We only take people who are better than everybody else. If you want to be the best, be at tryouts. Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite. Do not look at our record on Game Changer. We're the elitist. We will cover airfare for anybody across the globe who believes they're better than anybody else. We'll pay for you to be at our tryout. Don't miss it. Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite. We're just better than you.
New pitcher up for the Miracles facing Cale Corridon. Strike 1 from Sean Eierman. Right-handed pitcher Eierman is the 3rd pitcher of the night to start the 8th inning for El Paso County Baseball Miracles. Corridon flares that foul wide of first in a running try, but can't get to it for Ada from first base. A little bit of shine of some leftover rainwater right along the grass line where Ada was running just past the coach's box down the first baseline. Doesn't look like a puddle necessarily, but there's pretty decent rain that came in here. There's some standing water in the park upon arrival. Again, good job by the Block Tickets field crew. I thanked a couple of them on the field before the game. tarp effort today. Did a huge decision there. A great job. And they said, yeah, treat this like any ball game, like big one we got to get in. They're all like our park. We like our adding this to the community. We're going to do what we can to play whatever's rolling out here. And they did it tonight. Good job. Facilities and grounds crew at Block Tickets Park. Count now 1-2 to Cale Corridon. 8th inning of a 9-inning ball game. 3 runs to run down here for Diamond Club to catch the Miracles with 6 outs remaining to work with. 5 outs remaining to work with. Strikeout of Corridon. Blake Young to the plate. Nick Marburger for the Miracles went 2 innings. He threw 43 pitches, 27 for strikes, 16 balls. Marburger, 2 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned runs of the 4, 2 strikeouts and a walk. Hit a batter, did Marburger. Ball sails in from Ironman facing his second hitter. Starter Devin Alvarado, 5 good innings of work, 86 pitches for Alvarado, 53 of those for strikes, so make that, 33 balls, 20 more strikes than balls in the 86-pitch start today for Devin Alvarado. I'm all pumped up about Maverick Alcaria pitching tomorrow. He was pimping himself down in the first base dugout to me pregame, so we're ready for you, Mav. Good start today from Devin Alvarado. The Miracles hope that Alcaria can back that up tomorrow. With an afternoon game, 1:30 Mountain Time in the afternoon, the start time for Western Nebraska Pioneers, who at last check are going to be coming in here hot with a strong performance in Boulder with the 64s. Walk pitch to Blake Young, 1 out and 1 on. Mac Dawsey with Brock Mulvaney on deck. So Dawsey, wasn't able to catch the outfielders. Didn't look like he was. I don't think he was behind the dish. Didn't get a chance to check that, but I'm guessing Mac maybe headed to the outfield. I don't know. I might have to ask him tomorrow. Or I won't see him tomorrow. He'll be gone. Diamond Club's going home tonight. I'll see the Miracles tomorrow. 1-0 pitch. That's through the wickets. That's a wild pitch down, 2-0 count. De La Cueva not able to react quickly enough to contain the bouncer. Right down the middle. Mac Dawsey plays catcher. He's chatting with Louis De La Cueva, who's adjusting the headgear. Dawsey's been there. This is the guy who gave a respectful, appreciative head nod on a strikeout pitch of himself earlier out to the pitcher, respecting a good pitch that got him. So he's hoping karma pays off here. Treat people right, maybe hit a bomb. It's my motto. Got that tattooed somewhere among all this ink. Dawsey takes, and that's a strike. First one of the count, 3-1. Dawsey's on base, drawing a walk. Miracles defenders, pretty cool chatter here. Good acoustics in this park. I can hear a lot better here than a lot of the parks we're in. It's got the big wall outside, the advertising wall out in the outfield area. Got the surrounding stadium seating. And I can hear the defenders for the Miracles really getting behind their pitcher, Sean Ironman. So what? Forget it. Let's get the next one. Gets a ground ball. They're talking him up. Miracles have had that good energy all night and really all season. Appreciate the culture of the first base dugout. Not saying anything about a problem with the third base side. That's a good bunch I've gotten to spend time with too. Just commenting on the Miracles. overall team energy and kind of supportive tone. I showed up at City Park in Fort Collins when they were in town recently and was opening the gate for them and didn't realize, I just kind of missed it. It was a Sunday and they were in a team prayer and then they read some scripture and then they got off to warm up. Mulvaney swings and he's got a 2-2 count with one out. Strikeout, walk. Mulvaney, the scoreboard says 2-1. Let's see if that's the right number. And he's got 2 for sure now with the foul tapper. 2 7-inning ball games in Boulder tonight, and the Western Nebraska Pioneers, the latest update I'm getting is last inning, top of the 7th, Pioneers up 6-3, trying to sweep a doubleheader from the 64s after a rainout yesterday. Mulvaney swings and strikes out. Brock down for the second out. He had that big RBI opposite field double last inning, part of a 4-run frame. Couldn't get it there. Dossie's going to get a crowd. That might be my bad then. If Mac, he must still be behind the plate. Didn't look like Mac, but I'm farther away than usual and also in need of apparently cataract surgery. Strike 1 to Casey Ritchie. Looked like that was Luis Lepe who came on to run. Pitch snagged under the elbows of the right-handed batter, Casey Ritchie, for a ball, 1-1. Yeah, that's Luis Lepe. Running at first base now for Dossie. Fouled away. Sean Eierman has 2 strikes up against Ritchie now. Couple walks gummed up the works in this inning, but Eierman has put himself in a position to strike out 3 batters here. In control with a 1-2. Little choke up here from Ritchie. Gets a bender, and De La Cueva blocks it nicely. Fun showing up to this park. Beautiful day park, and this is a fantastic night game park. Quality venue in the Front Range League. First year of this Collegiate Woodbat League. Bouncer to short is a 6-4 easy way. Finish to the top of the 8th. Ritchie's fielder's choice caps a scoreless top of the 8th. Miracles have a chance to pad their 3-run lead and then take a shot at closing out Diamond Club. Diamond Club with one more chance to bat. Their 9-1-2 is where they'll be next time around. First got to play defense against the top of the order for the Miracles, Morgan, Schlepper, and Reese. El Paso County Baseball Miracles have built a nice line tonight. Scoreless in the first, 6 runs in the second. The big damage, that's half of their tally now as they bat in the bottom of the 8th. It's Hunter Morgan, top of the order, the center fielder Hunter Morgan. Nothing in the first, 6 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. Scoreless in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th. Of the 7 turns at bat tonight for the Miracles, 7 frames, they've scored in 5 of those. Just 2 zeros up there in the first and the 6th. Alvaro Nunez getting a healthy appearance tonight. Mac Dossie behind the dish, flings it back. I don't know. I mean, that must have been Mac, obviously, but I swear he looked 4 inches taller previously. Please refer to the previous cataracts comment. Three-one count. First batter of the bottom of the 8th fouls it away for a full count to Hunter Morgan. Jackson Schlepper is on deck. Keep an eye out for potential pinch hitters, sub-ins late in the game, but right now it's hold your ground for the Miracles, sticking with their 1 and 2 batters for sure here, and their 1 batter, Hunter Morgan, is aboard with a free pass. Here comes Brad Mulvaney out of the third base dugout. Shirtless. No, he's not. He gave his shirt to the current pitcher, Alvaro Nunez, but he's got a pullover on. He's not that selfless. Done for the night and getting well-earned skin from his teammates. Alvaro Nunez finishes. Nice work by Alvaro. Call to the bullpen. Looks like Jamin Patterson is coming on at a Bear Creek High School, Neosho County Community College for Jamin. Another of the guys I start building, some familiarity as you work around the Front Range League. And Jamin, another one of those guys, just kind of makes the ballpark a nicer place to be on a daily basis. Saw him tonight. Little hello. He gave me the very classic, respectful, I don't know, not car salesman handshake. I don't know what that would be. Business closer handshake. Jamin Patterson now on. Plate umpire John McFarland getting his reps here with the new pitcher on with the warm-up pitches. He's back behind catcher during the warm-up tosses, getting a good view of the delivery of the new pitcher in, Jamin Patterson. Alvaro Nunez, 3 innings pitched, so he gets into 3+. He's into his 4th frame of work, but no outs recorded. So book it as a 3-inning appearance, 9 outs. 4 hits allowed by Nunez, 2 runs, both earned, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Nunez, 42 pitches flung and 28 for strikes. He had twice as many strikes as balls, 28 strikes to 14 balls. Nice work by Nunez. After Neibauer's line in 4 innings shows 107 pitches. 5 walks in the hunt there for starter Colin Neibauer. 107 pitches in 4 innings. Nunez goes 3 innings and throws 42. Neibauer worked through those 4. We appreciate the grinder effort there, kind of keeping it going, getting some innings accomplished for Diamond Club. And then Nunez, great job of slowing down an offense that's been very good tonight. A couple runs allowed in his 3 frames. And the first pitch for Jamin Patterson is a ball. This ball at third base is caught on the pop-up, and back in time dives Hunter Morgan. Schlepper pokes a pop-up. Nice hard charging play at third base by Max Matusi. Morgan gets back safely, and the three-batter, Austin Reese, comes up looking for an insurance run there, trying to get Morgan to second base with one out. And your 3-4 guys coming up, Reese and Roberts. Reese is 1 for 4 in the game, had a double in the second inning, RBI run scored there. On deck is Jansen Roberts. He's 2 for 4. Singles in the first and second, and strikeouts in the fourth and sixth. Roberts would love to hit again here tonight, try to clear out that back-to-back K's taste in his mouth. Down and away, buried in the left side batter's box. 2-1 count. Crouching stance for Reese initially. See if he straightens up a little bit. He's got the knees bent. Down in the legs a little bit. Stays down there. Takes a hack. Chops this to third. Only play to first base. Matusi slings it on the run. Nice play by Max. And Reese is out. Roberts will bat now with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Trying to make it a 4-run cushion for a final frame of defense for what would be a third win on the season for the Miracles. They got one in Pueblo, splitting a doubleheader a couple nights ago. Miracles trying to pick up some steam. They've had a few players able to join on a few weeks into the season, trying to get themselves sorted out. Strike 0-1 to Jansen Roberts. Diamond Club at 3-10. This will be their 14th game booked for Diamond Club when they finish tonight. Fouled off from Roberts. Miracles, this will be their 18th game in the books. Western Nebraska is going to have, 20 in the books after the doubleheader tonight. That's the most of any team. And then Miracles will have 18. I guess Boulder's going to have 19 after tonight. So you're getting some teams up around 20 now. Pueblo Spradley Collegians, there's a swing and a miss. Nice pitch from Jamin Patterson. He denies anything additional for the Miracles in the bottom of the 8th. They'll stay at a 12-9 lead. Last shot for Diamond Club from Colorado Springs. Driving home tonight, Diamond Club like to put themselves on the fast track in the top of the 9th. They got to go 9-1-2. The 9-batter leads it off for Diamond Club, trailing by 3. Chugging down the home stretch in Colorado Springs. Diamond Club last chance down by 3. Ball flared and a running stab catch made at second base. Play made by Jeremiah Lucero, big first out. Max Matusi pops out to second base. Well, they done did it in Boulder. Western Nebraska Pioneers, after having to sit around last night and today on the rainout last night, they take 2 from Boulder 64s with a thrashing in game 1, 13-1, and a 6-3 win, 2 7-inning ball games. Good 2 wins for the Pioneers out of Gehring, Nebraska. First pitch, Gertz is going to send that to center. Running try, can't get to it. Ball bounces through, and Tanner Gertz will have a double on the play. 3-run lead, nobody on and 1 out. Don't mind the effort there. Center fielder Hunter Morgan winds up all the way over in far left field. As the center fielder, it looks like a yard sale out there. He lost his hat, glasses, his wallet, Social Security cards over there. So he's got 2 kittens and a turtle, all in left center field. Unable to make the catch, and then he kind of ran by the ball, but in that situation, the sellout in center field, not the wrong choice. Of course, you want to try to swat that ball down, but didn't present itself. First pitch hacking is McMaster. Foul ball. One out, runner on second. Garza closes the game for the Pioneers in Boulder. There's a shot down the left field line, going to score a run and double up. Back-to-back doubles for Diamond Club. They're back within 2 with 1 out, and they got the heart of the order heading to the plate. Gertz, McMaster, double-double. Now the tying run to the plate. Red-barreled wood bat. High tape job for Kai Douglas. Diamond Club calling out, come on, Dougie. He goes first pitch and chops it foul into the facing of the third base Diamond Club dugout. They're going to update the standings tonight. Before I leave the press box here tonight, going to throw in the scores at frontrange.league.com. Click on standings, and you can see what's happened with the updates across the league tonight with a bunch of games in the books. Doubleheaders swept by the road teams tonight. Pueblo Spradley Collegians take 2 from the Grays in Greeley. And the Western Nebraska Pioneers take a pair from the 64s in Boulder. Foxes and Prospectors washed away. More rain in northern Colorado that hit Fort Collins but spared Boulder tonight. Greeley also spared. Mentioned they had the rain in the between games of the doubleheader, but they survived it. Good timing finally from Maw Nature. Down in the dirt on the pitch, and Kai Douglas builds the AB to 3-1. Third base coach for Diamond Club, Taylor Gertz. Tyler Novotny coaching first. They've got a runner at 2, and that down. Oh, no, not a down pitch. Thought I heard it skip. It must not have. It was bearing down. Full count now to Kai Douglas. Cale Corridon on deck. Cale working the top hand reps right now on deck. Here's a pitch, 3-2, chop foul, another one coming. Diamond Club head coach Brad Mulvaney, no dummy. He's got bullpen activity going. If his team can get 2 more on the board, they're going to have another frame to play defense on. He's got bullpen action down the left field line, Diamond Club and Coach Mulvaney. Pitch 3-2. That's going to go into the gap. Big shot. Ball bounces, skips a couple times across the track, up against the wall, and it's a triple-double. 3 in a row from Diamond Club. Double, double, double. Home comes McMaster. Kai Douglas cruises into second base. Stand-up 2-bagger, RBI. And now it's real. Douglas would be the game-tying run. John Byington out. And we got all kinds of traffic going on the Miracles side as they're bringing in a defender, moving somebody out, probably a bullpen maneuver there. They are making a change here. As Sean Eierman, frustrated, leaves the field. And again, as is the case, all the Miracles stream out of the dugout to greet him, knuck him up. But Eierman, frustrated. He got the leadoff pop out of Max Matusi to second base. And then the top of the order comes up and goes triple-double. Gertz double. McMaster double, scores Gertz. Douglas double, scores McMaster. Now Kai stands at second base. Cale Corden, the cleanup man, has a chance to tie it with a base knock and an RBI and a pitching change for the Miracles. They will deploy Maddox Stahl. Stahl jumps on the mound for El Paso County Baseball. Maddox started in right field tonight, batting in the number 5 spot. And Stahl will take the ball and see if he can extinguish Diamond Club. They've put up 2 in the frame. They get 1 more, and we're even at a dozen from Block Tickets Park in Colorado Springs. Good finish here in Front Range League action on the Front Range Baseball Network. This is cool. The outcome is in question. Good ball tonight from El Paso County Baseball Miracles. Diamond Club had their hiccups and their bumps, but they're putting on a fantastic finish right now. 3 consecutive doubles, the wave being ridden right now by Diamond Club. Cale Corden fouling one away into the metal bleacher back seats. 0-1 as Stahl gets the first strike up. That pitch is going to bounce and move a runner over to third. It bounces near the dugout. He's coming around now, pulling up, and back to third goes Kai Douglas. Love the aggressive base running. Got everybody's adrenaline up a little bit. The big turn right there. And that ball had a chance to bounce into the dugout. It ended up just to the home plate side of the third base dugout rail and concrete curb over there by the on-deck circle. Now just 90 feet away, the tying run with 1 out. Corridon down, and Louis De La Cueva goes bareback riding to keep that one at the plate. One count is what's on the board. That can't be updated. We've had 2 wild ones down. Shot to third. Runners off the bag. Really didn't have a choice, and he's going to be put out between third and home. Corden safe at first base on a fielder's choice. That is a tough ball. Third baseman was pulled in. That's Jansen Roberts. And the ball where you don't really have a chance to get back to third base if you're Kai Douglas. He was hung out, and Roberts erases in between third and home. The tying run is cut off. And now Cale Corridon running at first base. That changes the dynamics significantly. First pitch is down. Corridon won't be able to move on a bounce pitch. De La Cueva blocked back toward the third base bag, right up the foul line. Blake Young hands De La Cueva his skull cap. Young digs back in. Blake, 1 hit on the night, has 1 ribby. Corridon at first. Young, chopper, foul, wide of third. Down to their last strike, is that right? Making sure the scoreboard's got the currents. Yeah, we might have a 1-1 there. Down to their last 2 strikes at best. Miracles protecting a 1-run lead. flip an off-speed pitch up above the zone. De La Cueva pokes the bear down at first base. Corridan back safely. Scoreboard shows 2-1 the count. Got the outside edge, 2-2. Young spits on it. Miracles now 1 strike away. Diamond Club down to their last strike on the board. Young watches down and away. That outside pitch has been there tonight. That one hard to lay off when you see it heading toward that part of the zone, but that one also bore downward, and now a full count. Corridan can get going on a 3-2, 2 outs. There goes Kale. Pitch is wide, and Corridan now into scoring position with Blake Young behind him on the walk. Second walk of the night for Blake Young. He is 1 for 4. A couple fielders' choices. Strikeout single, and most recently 2 walks. 1 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th. Mac Dawsey to the plate. Pitch is up for ball 1. Dawsey, number 6 spot in the order. Brock Mulvaney behind him on deck. Dawsey through the night. Walk, single, strikeout, double, walk. 1 ribby. Dawsey fired it and sent it foul right side. Yeah, Dawsey I think he just signaled back to the dugout what he just saw there. I think that pitch had some wrinkle to it. Dawsey's front side came open on that swing. I think he got caught a little bit there on the pitch from Maddox Stahl. Stahl now with a 1-1 count. Runner takes off, and third base is had, and the throw is handled. Both runners move up as Corridan gets a great jump, timing out at second base, and no doubter on the steal. On the release, it came out of De La Cueva's hand a little high. It was, for a second there, hold the breath if that throw is going to get over the top. It didn't, as Jansen Roberts got tall. Pitch is a ball to Dawsey, who has a 3-1 count. Let's see if we get a flash of the fingers by the plate. Yeah, we're going to put him on. John Byington, manager for the Miracles, walks out, points to first base, and Dawsey takes a free pass. I think, let's see what we get. If we get a courtesy runner for Dawsey, he's at 1. Brock Mulvaney is in the box. Bases are full for Diamond Club. They're down by 1. Miracles trying to equal the number of wins on the season for Diamond Club. Diamond Club not done. Mulvaney first pitch, fouls it straight back. Casey Ritchie on deck, but it's all in the hands of Brock Mulvaney right now, and Maddox Stahl, pitcher on an 0-1, sends it. Mulvaney, that pitch bounces off the glove, lost it for a minute, and in safely with the tying run comes Cale Corridan. Interesting play there. That ball didn't get very far from home plate. Let's figure it out. Maybe 6, maybe about 10 feet. Mulvaney actually kicked it a little bit. He was backing out, and the ball bounced out of the glove of De La Cueva, kind of popped out, fell behind Mulvaney. He was backing away, and totally unintentional. It hits his foot. Didn't go very far from there, and we're tied at 12. Miracles are going to bat again for sure. Mulvaney, can he give him the lead now? Scoring on, that's a tough one. Wild pitch or pass ball. There goes the courtesy runner now. Dawsey comes off the catcher, and Luis Lepe with 2 outs is now running at second base. He is trailing Blake Young running at third. 1-2, 2 outs. Mulvaney flares that up and out of play over the netting at home plate. Quick turnaround for the Miracles tomorrow. Quicker turnaround for the Western Nebraska Pioneers. They'll meet here as the Pioneers make their way from Boulder tonight on the sweep of the 64s. Pitch to Mulvaney is up near the shoulder, ball. 2-2 count. Miracles on their home park. Facilities crew, nice work tonight. They'll have a quick task to spin this around for tomorrow's 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time game. Mulvaney strikes out, and it stays 12-12, but Diamond Club finds a way to even up the scoreboard. 3 runs in the 9th, doubles 3 in a row. Gertz doubled with 1 out, scored on McMaster's double, who scored on Douglas's double. And Cale Corridon, after Douglas was erased between third and home on a ground ball, down to their last out. Corridon scores on a loose ball at the plate that stayed in the dirt area, but a good read and being searched for by De La Cueva. Corridon made the move, hit the plate, tie us at 12 each. Miracles can walk it off now. In the bottom of 9, they'll go with their relief pitcher, 5th batter, Maddox Stahl. He's going to lead it off, bottom of 9.
River Morgan presents famous baseball quotes.
Hey, Dad,
Lily
asks
is
you
not
what
a
I do
winner
when there's no
because
baseball.
it keeps the
I'll
parents
tell you what
off
I do.
the streets.
I stare out the
Yo,
window.
there's
and
no
wait for
crying
in baseball. Bottom of 9, tied at 12. Swing and a miss from Maddox Stahl. Diamond Club on the mound. Liam McGrew, the righty from Ralston Valley High. Prep years, Monterey Peninsula Bay, his college. McGrew down with the pitch for a 1-1 count. Liam up on the hill trying to hold a tie in the bottom of the 9th. Extra innings, prime second base with a runner if we get there. But Miracles have a chance to walk off here after leading 10-4 in this game. After the 4th inning, Miracles trailed by 4. It's one of those games where statistically either team could claim a come-from-behind victory, which is kind of a funny tracker stat in the game of baseball. We trailed 1-0 in the first. Come-from-behind win, 174-1. Fly ball hit to right pretty well. Gertz on the retreat, reaches up and makes the catch. Stahl sent it a long way toward that, probably 370-ish distance out of the fence out there. But it's funny, at the Diamond Club Park, that would have been out by 40 feet. That one is a fly out to Tanner Gertz. Strike 1 in to David Ada. Do we go extra frames? We've had a couple of those this year. I know Western Nebraska hosted one. We may not here. We got to hold that to a single. Nice reach back on a checkup hop in center field. Good solid base knock for David Ada. Thought he might have 2 on the release of that off the barrel. It looked like it was going to the gap. That's one of those little things, big thing play in center field. Blake Young Center fielder flying over there, and that ball checked up. He's on the move hard toward left field, had to reach back and keep it from getting loose. Holds off an extra bag for Ada. 1 out, runner on first. De La Cueva, first pitch is fouled away. Louis De La Cueva irritates me with the quality of his beard game. Louis got it all. He's got the bat here with his team tied in the last frame. Swings and misses for an 0-2 count. Jeremiah Lucero is on deck. He's had a productive offensive night. 2 hits, 3 runs scored. 0-2 is lifted, foul behind third base, or about even with third base. And around third base coach Marcus Gilmore goes Max Matusi on the catch. Two out. I know Western Nebraska up in Gearing, they had an extra inning ball game with the Prospectors a couple weekends ago. I've not seen one yet. I've been making the rounds in the new Front Range League. 0-1 count. Good work by Liam McGrew. He fires another strike. 0-2. McGrew filling it up. Going right at him. Gave up the single to David Ada, but got to love the approach in a tie game, bottom of the last. McGrew just coming at the zone. Misses on a bending pitch. Lucero laid off. 1-2. Lucero a single, a double, a walk, reached on an error at third base. Now wide it goes. Dossie, nice stab to hold that. Two pitch. Got him on a breaking pitch, and we're going to go extra. Diamond Club scores 3 in the top of the 9th. Going to prime second base with a runner for each team in this 10th inning of work from Block Tickets Park in Colorado Springs on the Front Range Baseball Network. Bonus baseball tied at 12 into the top of the 10th.
The Palace of Pong, the place for paddles. Ping Pong Palace, where ping pong players play ping pong and people populate pre- and post-perfect performances at the ball yard. Ping Pong Palace, positioned perfectly for our population, perpendicular to the pit, plus pleasant proximity to our pristine pond. Please, pop in for Pong. Purchase pop, popcorn, pizza, pastries. Take it from me. Ping Pong Winchester. The place for Pong is Ping Pong Palace. Ping Pong Palace, positioned perfectly for our population, perpendicular to the pit, plus pleasant proximity to our pristine pond. Please, pop in for Pong.
Pardon. Just doing a little clerical work, adding some scores to the standings chart in the Front Range League. Couple scores are up. I'll pump in the other ones here in just a moment while we refocus on Block Tickets Park, the ball field below us here in Colorado Springs. Thad Anderson with you on the Front Range Baseball Network. Ball 1 opens the top of the 10th, and my bad on that. That's going to go with an empty runner situation. I'm too far from the field to have any conversation there. Going to go clean frame in the 10th. No runner placed out there. Nobody out. Line shot. Just foul down the right field line. That teasing shot almost caught paint down the right side grass. Just foul from Casey Ritchie. One-two pitch, and that's through the left side. Casey Ritchie toyed with a double the other way, and then the next pitch he turns the table on it, rips it to left, and he's aboard with a leadoff single. We got all of the completed game scores updated on the Front Range League standings, frontrange.league.com. Click on the standings button or nav link. One game won't be in the books tonight. NoCo Prospectors and Fort Collins Foxes. City Park washed away again. A pond after a big old rain downpour. No doubter on that game that was pulled from the slate due to weather. Max Matusi is into one strike here. Matusi hitting in the number 9 spot. He's a guy who hits up in the heart of the order a lot of times for Diamond Club. He entered as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning tonight for Christian Baker. Pick over to 1, safely back. David Ada, the first baseman, took the pick throw. With Maddox Stahl continuing on the mound now in the 10th frame for El Paso County. Bunt shown by Matusi, and it's a ball doinked away from De La Cueva behind the plate. No runner move up. We're halfway to Christmas today, by the way. How's your shopping coming? June 25. Somebody's birthday out there somewhere. Runner breaks. Throw down from De La Cueva is up high, and underneath the throw slides Casey Ritchie in the top of 10. Single and a stolen base. And a chance now to push in a go-ahead run. Have not led since the bottom of 2. Diamond Club took a 4-0 lead in the first, top of the first. 5 consecutive hits opened the game for Diamond Club. Gertz single, McMaster single, Douglas double, Corridon double, Young single, then a Dossie walk. 4 runs came home in the top of the first. Miracles with a 6-run second frame, and they've led since then. Diamond Club working on getting their first lead. That is a strikeout pitch. Matusi tried to hang out and see if he could get a 4th strike. That's not allowed. Well arbitrated by our plate umpire. So again, all scores are now updated on the Front Range League standings, frontrange.league.com. We'll add this one as soon as the outcome is out. Strike. Gertz disagrees. 1 out, runner at 2, and Tanner Gertz, top of the order. Taylor McMaster on deck. Gertz fouls it away. Went down in the zone, away from him on the first base side of the plate. Flared it foul. Gertz, 3 hits in the game, including the first double last inning that was part of a triple double from Gertz, McMaster, and Douglas. Chops that. That is on the third base side of the runner, so he retreats, and the play at shortstop is made. Now it's short for the Miracles. Still at short. Jackson Shepler. Sorry, I had to see the turnaround there. Shepler makes the clean play, and again, a little base running 101 for somebody who's in the 101 frame of their baseball life. A ground ball to second base, unless it's super slow as a runner, or the ground ball, to the left side of the infield, runner at second base. If it's on the third base side of your body, you're back. If it's on the second base side of your body, it's typically a go. The variable there would be if it's on the third base side of your body and it's super soft, you could probably beat it, run to the bag before the play could be made. But that was the right read at second by Casey Ritchie. Strike comes in to Taylor McMaster. Taylor, a good hitter, strikes me as a clutch guy. See if he can clutch up with 2 outs. Takes a pitch down. 2-1 count. Miracles should be on their 9-1-2 batters. Maddox Stahl on the mound, steps off, and then wants time. He wants to talk to Louis De La Cueva, his catcher. I love clicky pens. When the tension mounts, hard to find a better stress reliever. Here's the pitch, 2-1. 3-1 count, missing wide. And Taylor McMaster in the driver's seat. If the Miracles have the basic scout that I have on McMaster, having seen him a few times, I don't go anywhere too sweet here with first base open and 2 down, but you don't love Kai Douglas waiting for you on deck either. And Douglas will come to the plate with 2 aboard. Stuff happening. It's my expert description of what's going on right here. 2 aboard. Tie game, top of 10, extra frame, first extra frame of the night. And oodles of stuff. First pitch to Kai Douglas, wide. Douglas, the third of the 3 doubles last inning, RBI shot. That was his second double of the night, third hit total, 3 for 6 on the night. He sends this to right and slipping in right, back up and making the catch for the third out. Little slick spot out there in right field. Ball pretty well hit by Douglas, but right at the right field defense. And that was a breath holder for the Miracles. Right fielder settling, then down to his knees, and then back up for the catch. And capping off the third out. Chance to win it for the Miracles in the bottom of the 10th. Had to wait for the come off from right field to verify and make sure what I had. Mason Aaron playing right field in the inning. Mason Aaron makes the slip down, stand up, third out catch. Slip down, stand up, fight into the bottom of the 12th inning as the Miracles can again have their second shot at a walk-off win over Diamond Club. Late night, Front Range Baseball Network after hours on a late Wednesday.
All Yard Baseball. River Morgan presents famous baseball quotes.
You tell me right now, Jimmy Morris.
It's supposed to be
always
hard.
in
Bob,
your
if it wasn't
hard.
easy,
Everyone would do second base.
The
and
hard
keep your foot
is what
on
makes
first.
it great.
You want to have a catch, Smalls? Nicholas Brainerd leading off. Bottom of the 10th. The only inning in this game when neither team scored, I guess there were 2 of them, 6th inning and 8th inning. zeros both ways. Every other inning, somebody scored, at least on one side of the ledger or the other. Strike pitch to 2 strikes here for Brainerd. So 7 innings, somebody scored, or both. 2 innings, neither team scored. Diamond Club trying to make it happen for a third time to force an 11th frame. Brainerd knocks it through the left side. Leadoff man aboard. Winning run on base, number 9 spot. Single for Brainerd. That is his second hit of the night. 2 for 4 on the evening. Had a walk in there for Nicholas. Brainerd takes a couple step lead off of first base, clutching a batting glove. Bunt shown, and yeah, that was a go around on that. I thought he did. Call didn't come initially, but good appeal out to the B position in the umpiring rotation. Steve Naftanel rings it up for a strike. Top of the order here with Hunter Morgan. Pitch down away, ball. So it's a 1-1 count. Now a 2-1 count. Pitch wide. Plate umpire John McFarland just signaled the count. Board says 3-0, but that bunt offer was a strike. And that's going to go through the left side, too. Brainerd rounding second. He'll pull up and hold at 2. Back-to-back singles. And the Miracles firmly in the driver's seat now. Liam McGrew, second inning of work for McGrew. Mac Dossie, the catcher, is indicating bunt likely here from the number 2 spot, Jackson Schlepper. Corners are in at the grass. No bunt show there. Strike 1 delivered. First baseman for Diamond Club, Kai Douglas, he is in on the grass, both feet a few steps inside the grass area. Third base, Matusi is back just up to the edge. Go back to that same spot, missed it a little bit. That pitch finished more down, but good job working that area of the zone that just paid off. Couldn't hit it again. 1-1 count. Miracles looking for another W. They get a swing and a strike. One-two count. Thinking about a pick move back to second. Inside move. Oh, and they threw it away into center field. Runner's going to head to third and corners now. Had the lean from Nicholas Brainerd, but the pick throw tossed high and wide, and it winds up in center field. Runner at first stays there. That's Morgan. The winning run is now at third base. Pitch is chopped. Third baseman charges. Nice play. Throw across. Out. Good work defensively. Matusi must have gotten some communication from somewhere around him that the runner was not going. He didn't even think twice about looking back to 2. I was double checking here. That out puts 1 on the board. Runners now at second and third on a ground by Jackson Schlepper and Austin Reese, the 3 spot. Hold on now. That was looks like a pinch hit there. Bryson Martinez was up, and they intentionally walked Martinez. Now a walker hit by pitch ends the game with the bases full. I was double checking it. It was the win over Pueblo Spradley Collegians was the most recent game. That was on Monday. It was a split of a doubleheader. So the Miracles looking for 2 dubs in a row here, and they've got a shot to get it done in the bottom of the 10th. First pitch, down. This is Jansen Roberts. 1 away. Obviously here, the Diamond Club Collegians need a strikeout. They're not going to get it. Roberts turns on one, hits it over the wall. That's about 400 feet of grand slam walk-off extra inning bomb. Jansen Roberts goes yard to the right center gap. That is a rocket. 2 wins in a row for the Miracles. They hang a 4 spot. Here comes the bucket. They're gonna chase the guy around. Roberts, you don't avoid that. Go get it, Jansen. That's your douse for the night. He tells him, hold off. Got to shake hands first. Little class. Nice work, Jansen. I'd still dump it on him. Jansen Roberts goes yard, clears the bags. 4 come around, and it's a 16-12 final count. Good ball game tonight from Block Tickets Park in Colorado Springs. 2 teams in the bottom half of the table in the Front Range League stage a good one. Entertaining ball tonight. Miracles will be back here tomorrow on a quick turnaround, 1:30 in the afternoon Mountain Time. Miracles hosting the Western Nebraska Pioneers, who got 2 big wins tonight in Boulder. And the Miracles will be feeling good when the day dawns tomorrow and they send out Maverick Alcaria on the start tomorrow against the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Let's see if Jansen Roberts takes his bucket shot now. Maverick Alcaria he really wants to do it. Now they're tracking him. Jansen is politely declining, and they relent. The bucket will be saved for another day. Looking at tomorrow's schedule, let me catch up on it. It looks like Pioneers and Miracles, the only game I'm seeing scheduled on the original schedule. That's our solo broadcast on the Front Range Baseball Network. I'll have it here. Thad Anderson from Block Tickets Park tomorrow. Might get a reschedule. I heard there was maybe the hope of getting Prospectors and Foxes to go tomorrow after their rain out today. So we'll see what that does. But otherwise, on a Thursday in Front Range League action, it'll be the Western Nebraska Pioneers riding high, and the Miracles on the back of a couple wins over Pueblo Spradley Collegians and Diamond Club going to come in and take their shot at one of the league's front runners tomorrow. Final count in 10 innings tonight in Front Range League action, 16-12. Miracles walk it off with a grand slam from Jansen Roberts, and that was well earned with a wood bat. Gap over there shows 385, 410 to center, and he hit it between those 2 marks over a tall wall. Got all that one. Congratulations to Roberts and the Miracles on the 10-inning, 4-run win. That's it from Block Tickets Park for the Front Range League. I'm Thad Anderson on the Front Range Baseball Network. Talk to you tomorrow from the same position, Pioneers and Miracles. Good night from Colorado Springs.